And welcome back to episode 196 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm. Barely made it to the party, King. How you feeling?
It was a good try. It was a good try. It was a good try.
He said, "Don't invite
It's kind of like the Cavs when they make the playoffs, right? Like it's a good effort. You appreciate the thought.
I've been bricking lately.
How y'all doing now? How y'all doing?
I gotta get back on my stroke.
I'm about to say, you would have thought of that way before the show or something.
No, I don't. I just be popping them out. But
the last 20 times you've been.
Yeah, man. I'm hitting that wall. I'm hitting that rookie wall.
NFL season, you was hot with them.
Yeah, man. Hey,
we 196 games in. I'm like,
that's why you gotta pre-think it.
It's third
Hit
season,
me up for
right?
some. I'll give you a couple quotes.
So Cliff like Lil Wayne. When you say so much, it'd be hard to come up with some new shit.
And I remember what I've said before.
No, Wayne always got something else to say.
True.
Don't do Wayne.
True.
But we got the guys, CT and Q McLeod in the building. What's happening with y'all?
Cliff's selling.
Who's selling? I'm selling already?
Selling. Yeah, because you were supposed to be like, oh, mouth Caleb Martin's second cousin.
That's what Q been waiting to say. Q said, that's one of them. He tell you what to say, because that's what he been waiting to say. Hey, go ahead and say this about the nigga. Say this about
triplets. Mock the brother that never grew.
What's the one who played for the Raptors? Or no, Gary Trent Jr. Is he still in the Raptors? Oh, Caleb Martin, Gary Trent. Yeah,
I believe he's.
I wouldn't have been mad at either one of those. I wouldn't be mad at either one of those, Q.
But
yeah, we'll be diving into.
I mean, first and foremost, it's kind of hard not to. You gotta congrats to your boy Terrence Crawford. We got A Ryan, the dot connector. Yeah, congrats to your boy Terrence Crawford. 9th round TKO.
Drinking a bud for bud.
Oh,
Beat down.
I'll learn something, man.
What happened to that Kuta Kinte lesson?
He beat the shit right. He beat the shit out of him too. He beat the shit out of him.
What he said, he took his soul.
It's interesting too, though, right? Like, I don't want to hear none of the excuses, and like it's already been people talking about he was weight drained and shit, and possibly so, but you know, you've been doing this, right? You the champ. This is your opportunity. You got your nutritionist. You're supposed to be doing everything. Like, there's no excuse. I just think this came down to styles make fights for real.
I don't think he was trained properly.
It didn't look
right.
Yeah. Steps like y'all missed something in the tape.
Who was he sparring against?
You got knocked down in the first round.
Second round. Yep, second round. Got knocked down a total of 3.
It was a little counter punch right across the neck piece.
You know, He said right across the neck piece. But you know what? It's funny that you say that because we said that while we was watching it. Like, where's the adjustments at? Where's Derek James with the adjustments? There were none. He just expected him to walk right through Spence, and he was talking the most shit.
Wait, you mean through Crawford?
Right through Crawford. He was talking the most shit about Crawford's trainer, Bo Mack.
That nigga is fat, but yeah.
They say the ones that talk the most usually be the scariest ones, they say.
I mean, but he ain't fighting, you know. He ain't fighting. So
no, I meant Spence. I mean, between the two, in my opinion, Spence was more vocal than Crawford's been, and look who lost. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Hey, Crawford came out with the fishnet on him. You knew he was.
He was
live.
Silent assassin. He knew what he was. Bro, when I told him when that
with Eminem, I knew he came out with him. He was on
one of the motherfuckers I was at the watching the fight with said, "Oh, he coming out to Mom Spaghetti. He won already."
He wasn't playing, bro.
Listen, he
fishnet on him. I was wondering before. I was like, "What the fuck he got on? Like, what's the net thing?" But what's the name? Called himself the Big Fish. So he was like, "Oh yeah,
fish fry."
He was saying a lot before the fight even started with just his body. I was like, "Oh yeah, his body language. He's ready."
All right.
I mean, honestly, it's not the case. I know it's not the case. He kind of always looks like this, but he looked high.
Who, Errol?
Yeah, he looked high. He
always been saying that too.
Got that lazy eye shit, but you know, it kind of looked. I don't know, man. He was smiling. He was getting his ass whooped, smiling.
My nigga didn't come out with no haircut. Spence had the nappy hair going. I'm like, he normally come with a clean.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, it could.
Got to go back to the low cut Spence.
It could be something, but I don't think it's an excuse. Regardless, like I said, I just think it's a styles make fights thing, and he's ran through every style there is, but Terrence Crawford. Like I've never seen him fight anybody with Terrence's style, and there's not many people with it. But between Terrence and Boots, them is the only two slick fighters like that. Like, you know, like that, keep that essence of your Pinnells and all that alive.
Mm-hmm.
Spence hasn't fought that. Spence has always fought somebody that's going to stand in front of him.
All right.
Somebody that's going to bang with him. Like a Sean Porter. And, you know, even Sean knew when to move, which is why he was up for a while on those cards. If Errol didn't get that knockdown in the 12th round, 11th round in that fight, he didn't win that. But then you get in with somebody like that who gonna bring out all the tools on you, and you ain't never fought nobody that's bringing out all the tools.
Yeah, they finna be on. There's a lot of people finna come for Spence.
And let's need to take a year or two off or something. Do something.
He can't afford that. Well, I'm sure he can afford that. I'm sure he can afford it, like financially, but he can't afford that if he plans on continuing to fight. You already got a contract with Canelo, which seems like why even do that at this point?
Well, Canelo's fighting Charlo next, isn't
he? Mm-hmm. Canelo has a 3-fight deal. It's Jermell Charlo, little brother. Jamal Charlo, big brother, Errol Spence to round it off. Yeah, now, I'm sure they were assuming when they wrote that contract that Errol Spence won that fight, right? But I'm saying the fact that you didn't and you lost in such a dramatic fashion, it makes no sense to fight a Canelo. Because just like I said, you ain't fought slick black fighters. Like, that's not a part of his repertoire that he's beat. That's what Canelo is. But he's that at a bigger weight class. He's going to give you head movement. He's going to give you footwork. He's going to give you angles.
He's going to hit your ass hard as shit, too. Canelo
right. He's not going to stay right in front of you. And if he does, it's for a reason. He's not ready for that. He's not ready for a fight like that. Especially when they talking about going up to 168. No, sirree, Bob. Now, the one thing he may be able to say is that I wasn't weight drained when I did it because Errol Spence fought in the amateurs at 160. Errol Spence went down as a pro.
The way you look at it is back to the drawing board, my nigga.
Fuck Errol Spence.
You are Stephen A. Smith correct.
Stephen A. Smith he should retire anyways.
Stephen A. Smith said everybody should retire.
Stephen A. Smith don't know shit about fight sports.
He said Kawhi should retire.
I mean, but you can't say that, Cliff. I mean, just because he ain't do it don't mean he ain't been watching it probably his whole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
like me, I've never played basketball, but I mean, we talk basketball every week.
Nah, that's different. You don't know. You can't. Different. And then it's crazy because a motherfucker ain't gonna do that with the sports that you know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you see a loss has to be had. That's the one thing. That's the one thing about fight sports is that a loss has to be had, and there's nothing that you can blame it on other than the person that lost, right? So then we start going in even deeper and saying, well, what if he was weight drained? What if he smoked a blunt before he came out? You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is you lost. Now, when you talk about a basketball game and LeBron or so-and-so has a bad game, it's not instantly, LeBron needs to retire. So don't come over here and do that shit.
Shit about Kawhi Leonard.
But to play devil's advocate, it wasn't that Errol Spence lost on why he said it. It was the manner and how he lost on why he said it.
But it doesn't matter. Sometimes you don't show up.
It's not gonna happen.
You lost. It ain't about how you lose. It's like sometimes, like in a football game, you can get blown out, but it don't show how good you really are.
It even happens to the greatest. Not that big of a a deficit. But you've had fights that were with greater opponents that ended earlier than the 9th round. And then the fact of the matter is it ended in the 9th round with him still on his feet. Ref had to stop that fight.
Yeah, he was trying to say that nigga was wobbling like a
it was over regardless, but I'm saying he was still a game man. He was still on his feet, willing to fight. It wasn't like you put him down and he was out.
Sometimes the motherfucker need that type of loss, you know what I'm saying, to rejuvenate their career, get back to it, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely correct. Fill those holes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was probably like, oh, nobody can touch me type, but you see somebody actually can, so. But retire after one loss, that sounds stupid as hell. If you agree with Stephen A. Smith, you nut. You got that mindset? That's crazy.
Nah, the only way I could see it being a situation like that is if you had to retire from that loss medically. Because I feel like even though you survived the car accident and all that shit, it took some shit off of you.
So let me ask you this.
And getting your ass whooped like the way he got his ass whooped, like blows like that, shit compounds.
So to play devil's advocate, how does Errol Spence bounce back from this then?
You just get better.
It's not hard to bounce back.
You're going to fight him again.
No. See, that's where you're wrong. Thank you. I'm glad you said that's where you're wrong, though.
No, you definitely have to fight him again, just not right now.
That's what I'm getting at. The only way to redeem yourself is to beat the man you lost to beat the shit out of you.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, man. Now, all right.
Not necessarily, because it's a situation where he can still have a career and wipe out everybody else that's lesser than them. Because what I do think the situation is you're looking at the two top dogs here.
Like a Fury and Tyler.
You remember
Tyson Fury and they fought 3 times.
I'm not gonna give it a comparison, but you're looking at two of the top dogs in the. Well, we can use welterweight as an example because that's where it happened. But it's a situation where the group below them are head and shoulders below them. Like they are the two at the top. Because Errol Spence wiped out the entire division to get to Terrence Crawford. And he did it pretty easily other than that Sean Porter fight.
Yeah, but I like to see the competition, though. I doubt the competition, like you said, was anywhere
But
remote.
even if he moves up to 154, it's only a few people that he has to worry about. He can still wipe out everybody else, and then we got to see what happens in those fights. You're still gonna get bread.
This reminds me of when Roy Jones Jr. used to try to fight Sugar Shane Mosley those couple times, and it was all bad. This is exactly what this reminds me of. And Roy Jones Jr. didn't have a terrible career by any means, but the one thing hanging over his head to this day was you couldn't fuck with Sugar Shane Mosley. You couldn't fuck with him.
And Tarver
was
too.
the one.
Bernard Hopkins as well. But that's what I'm getting at, Cliff. There's nowhere to go up from here for Errol Spence. There's not. Unless you beat someone equivalent to Crawford or better, there's nowhere to go up from here.
What do you say if he beat him next time? Like,
that's a big motherfucking hit.
Here's the thing, and this is just
it's not
me
hard.
thinking.
Like
This is just me thinking logically, right? Right now, it makes absolutely no sense to activate your rematch clause.
Right.
Why? Because you have too many holes in your game. Holes that Derek James didn't acknowledge. One being head movement. I don't care if you had an off night, if your timing was off, it wasn't there. You were there to be hit because you thought you were going to walk straight through them.
Right.
There was no defensive awareness at all about his performance that night. That's something that needs to be changed, and it shouldn't have been a situation where he ever came into the fight thinking he was going to just run through. You needed something.
Right.
Hey, he got 4-0 swept like the Lakers, man. It's all good.
You can't.
No.
All I'm saying is you can't. It's just like any other sport. You can't add something like that to your game. And I'm not saying he doesn't have head movement. He just doesn't have good enough head movement. And you can't add something like that to your game within a year.
Yeah, you can't. You either have it or you don't.
But you are good enough to move up to 154 and knock off a lot of the people who think they're good while you learn it. And then get back in with a guy like Terrence Crawford at a weight where nobody questions if you're weight drained or not because you're comfortable.
Just don't wait 10 years from now.
Well, I mean, it can't be because you got to think Terrence Crawford is what, 35 right now?
So long. Just like the Pacquiao Manning fight, Floyd fight. It just took so long. But this fight happened. I'm just saying, I just hope the next one don't take too long.
I'm still waiting on Wilder to refight Fury again. That shit ain't gonna happen no time soon. It probably
They already fought like 3 times, didn't they though?
Yeah, they fought 3 times.
Yeah, I don't think they
was it 3 times?
3, yeah.
It don't make sense for that fight to happen. It
Never.
was supposed to be
That's why I said,
it was supposed to be Fury and Usyk, and Alexander Usyk, who's the current champ. But
what's that dude, Anthony?
Joshua. He got beat by Usyk twice, so Usyk got his belts.
He lost to the Mexican too.
Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz.
dude is smacking.
Man, I called that. That
changed his whole
fight.
life. That fight changed that dude's whole life.
Hey, who's training Joshua? What's his name?
Mayweather?
Is he? He's not with Derek James, is he? He's with Derek James.
Y'all need to fire this nigga.
You know what? And it's crazy because he won Trainer of the Year last year.
I think the one dude that lost to the Japanese cat. No,
Stephen Fulton. Nah, Stephen Fulton be out in I'm not gonna put this on Bozy.
No, the boxing don't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put this on Bozy and his Boots' dad, but I know that he's out there. He trains alongside Boots sometimes. I don't know if he's working with Bozy or not when he does it, or if he's just doing conditioning sparring shit.
But Canelo lost to Mayweather, and even though Mayweather kind of retired shortly after that, or not too long after that. Canelo's career has been better.
Right.
He's undisputed.
Yeah, he was young then, wasn't he?
Right. He was 23 at the time, but if he didn't fight Mayweather, you don't have today's Canelo. Well, that's why I said he's a slick black fight. I don't want to say like that, like slick, but he got the head movement, the pivots, all that came from Mayweather. He didn't have that before he fought Mayweather.
Maybe Errol picked up some shit from Bud. Like, hey, I need to do this next time.
And he's good enough at it. That is reason why I say that about him. That we can accept him as that as well. Because look at how you do it. You picked up on it excellently. And you keep that Mexican style about you where you walk somebody down while you're doing it. He's one of my favorite fighters.
Plus, Canelo never lost to Mayweather in the fashion that Errol Spence did. I don't know a lot of niggas.
Oh, no, he did. He did. He just didn't bleed as much.
And Mayweather is not.
Hold on, Mayweather knocked him down twice?
No, but it was
no,
it was
he probably didn't knock him down none.
It was in an
Right,
embarrassing fight. Put it like this:
Mayweather's
at the end of one of those
defense,
fights
he's
like
always
that,
gonna
you ain't worried about the pain. The pain don't kick in to you in the back in the locker room, whatever the case may be. You're worried about how embarrassed you are. And
Mayweather's gonna bring the defense.
Mayweather literally fought the perfect fight against Canelo. Like, Canelo couldn't land a punch if he wanted. And Mayweather just stood there and allowed shit to happen. And that's embarrassing right there. Now, somebody beating my ass is one thing. But me trying my hardest and not being able to do anything about it, that's completely demoralizing as a fighter. I know what it both feel like.
Yeah, it's different when you get in there with Mayweather. Because you be like, I ain't never fought nobody.
I don't mind a nigga getting the best of me, so to speak, but getting my ass beat is a totally different. I don't mind losing. I'll lose. I don't give a fuck. That's fine. But getting my ass beat, that's a little.
You can't judge how you gonna lose the fight in boxing.
Oh, nigga, I'm judging. If I see you lose a fight, okay, good fight. But if you get mollywopped, nigga, you got knocked down twice, but nigga, you got your ass whooped. You got your ass whooped. You ain't
That's
lose.
a good question, though. Because
that's
I think
that's just how I was raised, though. That's just how my family, like, that's how we
go back, watch the film like anything else, and you get back to it.
Well, here's the thing about it as well. A lot of the reasoning why it wasn't bad like that is because at the time Floyd Mayweather was approaching retirement. Hands had already been broken multiple times. He's not going for no knockouts anyway. I'm just standing there to show you I can box better than you. And that's exactly what he did. He wasn't throwing power punches at Canelo. I don't remember the last power punch that man's thrown.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's not his forte. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's not as bad. That's the perfect example.
But here's the thing. When you're going up against two people, and it says something about you for sure. And hopefully you have enough self-confidence to be able to blame it on the evening. But when you're going up against two people similar in age, similar in, criteria, and you just take an ass whooping, one of you takes an ass whooping, I feel like that's completely different than hopping in the ring with your uncle and him sunning you the entire time.
Right, exactly. Perfect.
I'd rather get my ass whooped than somebody sun me the entire time. No, that's just me. I want to go out on my shield. Don't make me feel like I know you're taking it. That's what he did to Canelo. Essentially, he took every tool that Canelo had away to the point that Canelo couldn't do nothing but reach for him and hope he landed. That would make me want to quit the fight. That would make me be like, fuck this, man. I can't even touch the nigga. What am I in here for?
That's no different than a game of chess, though. That's life. Like, that's just a matter of it didn't work out for me. But getting your ass whooped.
But getting my ass whooped as well lets me know that motherfucker gave you chances. You feel me? He gave you chances to do the same in return. He was close enough to you that you could have put your hands on him as well. Don't get that confused. You got your ass whooped, and you can honestly say, I got my ass whooped.
Right.
But when a motherfucker's dancing on you, moving, and you just like, I'm swinging at a shadow. I'm hitting the ghost.
Right.
What the fuck am I doing in here?
He's like playing the
I'll get my ass whooped any day over that.
Nah, that's enough.
Just dunk on me, goddamn it.
Yeah, let's get it over with. Let's both toe to toe get it over with at this point, because I don't want to keep doing this for 45 minutes swinging at nothing and you just tapping me. I don't want to do this for 45 minutes. People watching, oohing and eyeing in the crowd. Nah, let's get this over
but when
with.
I'd rather just go to sleep with that than motherfuckers making memes back on the Martin episode with Tom.
Yeah,
Harris.
Yeah,
like, bro, you don't know how much you've seen that shit, Cliff. But
also, the different. See, that's another thing, though. That's another thing, though, and that's how weird our entire generation and how social media allowed us to be. Is don't think that Hearns, Hagler, Leonard, and all them didn't have faces like that too after fights. You just didn't have little hoe ass niggas running around on the internet making memes about other shit because you got content available. Those men were allowed to be fucked up in private. Now we're in an era where if you slip and fall and hurt yourself, motherfuckers got a meme out of you breakdancing on a fucking dance floor. Like, come on.
What was it Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray? Sugar Ray? There's one fight Sugar Ray.
I'll tell you, and I won't buy that because they were still putting that shit out in the newspapers, Cliff. If this was back in the times you're talking about, that's fine.
No, you ain't finna get
on
a lot
the front
of
page
articles
of the newspaper when you go get it. Past fight this weekend, motherfucker got knocked out, beat down bad.
You absolutely right, but what's the difference between a newspaper that a
It's
motherfucker has to buy, mind you, and a motherfucker on the internet where they can hit share and go to everybody?
Yeah, I mean, it's easily accessible, but I mean, we gotta stop blaming.
You were in private. You were, like I said, you were in private back in the day. Your healing time, all that was private.
Yeah, nah, that's weak. That's weak. I'm not buying that. I'm not doing the old school. We just gotta stop doing that. Motherfuckers will be like, well, there was less rules back. Like, you think LeBron and them?
No, it's not about none of that. It's not about none of that. It's just about these young ass niggas nowadays. These young ass niggas nowadays, you can't tell them nothing that they can't look up on their phone. And there's footage out there that's not gonna be available on your phone. So if you can only go back as far as what's on your phone, then you wouldn't know that all warriors go through this. All fighters go through this that dare to be great. All of them. Right. Every single one. And they got to live on and remake their career and be 2-time and 3-time world champions. But now all of a sudden, because you get to see it in real time, you gonna say this nigga need to retire? Y'all don't know shit about it then. Y'all don't know how this works then.
Yeah, I don't know.
All I know is you used to be able to get your ass
crazy.
You said what?
Next time, go ahead, Aaron.
No, I'm just saying you used to be able to get away with, lying about winning the fight. But now niggas will replay that shit, get your ass whooped. You at school the next day, the teacher playing the shit on their phone. Person next to you, this was you? Man.
Right. You did what that fight? Beyond that, even if you don't got footage of the fight, you can type the nigga's name in and hit box rec, and it'll pop up the results of the fight, what round took place, it's over for you.
I get what you're saying though. Like Errol Spence got his ass whooped. It's hard to come back from that. I mean, the nature of the ass whooping was.
It was bad, bro. I don't care what nobody say. It was a bad ass whooping.
It's the same argument that people make, and I kind of understand it too. That they say, would Jordan be as good as Jordan was if all of the hate and insults came directly to his phone?
He would have been even better. This nigga used to tell himself stories about motherfuckers saying shit about him that never said nothing.
Making shit up.
So right. So you can only he'd been better, bro.
It's different though. It's different though.
Nope.
Who on here agree? Because motherfuckers critique your lifestyle as well. See, that's only one part of it. That's only people telling you what they think about you over the phone. But that's not all of the people that follow you around with a camera and critique your every move. And we know that Jordan wasn't moving the right way outside of the motherfucking game.
But Cliff, has been?
He'd have been like KD. He'd have had a burner account or some shit.
Kobe was doing the same shit. Rest in peace. That motherfucker was accused of rape and different shit. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't think Kobe was. Nah.
You ain't a Kobe
fan. People said Jordan.
Nah, not like Jordan.
You're not a Kobe fan, bro.
Not like Jordan. Jordan, they talking about the gambling and all that nonsense. Like, Kobe wasn't putting himself out there. Like, you had that incident, yes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like that's a lifestyle for Kobe. No, it was a lifestyle for Jordan.
Let me ask the panel, would y'all rather be accused of gambling or rape?
Yeah,
it's not a that has that.
No, that's no. That's what I'm saying, bro. You're talking about his lifestyle. This motherfucker was accused of rape, bro. Motherfucker, he had to change. You know why he changed number 24, Cliff? Do you know why he changed? I'm not even being funny. Do you know why he changed to number 24? Do you understand why he made the change? No, I'm asking before I tell. Do you? I'm not going to just
tell me.
No. He said he wanted to be better than Jordan.
No, that's not why, CT. Motherfuckers. He changed because he had too much flack, too much of his past at number 8, the rape allegations, the other shit that was happening behind closed doors. He wanted a fresh start. So he said, all right, 24 is my new number. That's my fresh start.
So he just chose 24 for no reason.
I just told you to, bruh.
No.
I'm just saying, why was it 24?
No, fuck all that.
It's 8 times 3.
Right.
Even with the Kobe, what got him lucky about him is he came up before the era as well. Yeah, they were talking about it on TV shows and all kinds of shit, but motherfuckers wasn't on their phone sharing shit to social media.
Kobe said back in 2006, he explained it at the time as the growth from his prior digits, when really what he's talking about is the past shit that came with being number 8 before he was dealing with. He changed it for growth reasons. The 20.
Isn't that an interpretation, though? That's your interpretation. That's not what he said. Is that what he said? Did he say the last part of what you just stated? It just sounds like an interpretation.
Why would somebody randomly change their number, though, Aaron?
I'm not saying
LeBron did it.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Q.
Well,
right.
He can't wear number 23 in Miami.
Okay.
All right. Y'all got it. You're right.
23 is retired in Miami, so
yeah.
He can't wear it, man.
We just compared my man to LeBron. That's cool.
Regardless, at the end of the day, social media is a motherfucker.
We're going to blame it on social media. All right. That's
no,
cool.
We're not blaming shit. That's where I don't understand where your mind goes, because nothing's being blamed on social media. He lost the fight. What we were having the conversation about is all these motherfuckers jumping out the window like he's done for.
Because of what did you say, Cliff? The access to what? The access they have to what?
I mean, what's available on your phone? The information. What
are we calling that? Social media, right? Google, all the social medias.
I mean, I guess if you want to include the archive, the YouTube, but what does that have to do with anything? That's what I'm saying. You're trying to spin an argument.
You're saying it's more prevalent today because of social media. More awareness is spread. I understand that, but I'm not willing to give any motherfucker that excuse, regardless of what I'm saying. I don't care that there's more social media. I'm not giving the excuse. You got your ass.
I guess where I'm disconnected is where's the excuse? Nobody is saying anything about him not getting his ass whooped.
Because I'm just saying, you go back and you said,
we just spent the whole 30 minutes of the podcast talking about why he doesn't get excuses for being weight driven. So why all of a sudden would?
Because you said you hate social media these days and these young niggas posting shit, saying shit, right?
Because they're talking about ending his career. That doesn't have anything to do with giving him an excuse.
Fuck the ending the career. If you got your shit posted, you got knocked out, bruh. It's posted, you got knocked out. You got blasted. It is what it is. Jordan didn't go through it. I get it. Kobe didn't really go through it. I get it. But that's the world we live in, and it is that's what I'm saying. Who cares if motherfuckers making memes and shit? You lost, my nigga. You shouldn't have lost. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's where you're missing me. That's the thing, is you should just be able to lose and move on.
Nah, you gotta make fun of
him. You should. No, you can be made fun of. You can be made fun of all you want. But once you start saying it's time for him to retire, what you do is you lower that man's stock as a professional fighter. Because now everybody else is thinking, well, should he have retired? Well, is his next pay-per-view worth buying? He doesn't generate the same revenue. That means he doesn't get the same fights.
He'll be all right. Motherfuckers say people should retire all the time, though. Like, we hear people, so-and-so should retire. So-and-so needs to quit. So-and-so needs to give it up. You know what I mean? Who cares what motherfucker says? It's all about what you think. As long as Errol Spence think he still got it, he's still ready to go, he's confident in himself, I don't give a fuck motherfucker tell me to retire.
Right. But there's still an iron curtain, though. You still have to get past promoters and all that. And if a promoter feels that way about you...
All right. Next time, 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 ne You right. You right. Next time I'll make sure I bring Cuz on. I'll bring Cuz on because I feel like he's gonna have a lot of background in these type of
A
situations.
lot of motherfuckers don't have room to lose. There's a reason why everybody's holding on to their O right now. There's a reason why Shakur and Devin and all them were worried about going up against people because they don't want to lose their O, because once they do, that cuts their money down drastically. But what cuts it down even more on top of that is the fact that you got motherfuckers out there, especially like Stephen A. Smith now, that has a voice that's able to be heard by the masses, saying he should end it all.
I think you're giving Stephen A. Smith and some of the masses too much power as far as like that their word means everything. Their word is the end all be all. Stephen A. Smith's word is not the end all be all, bro.
Nobody's saying it. Nobody's saying it is, but he's there's people out there that are impressionable. And I mean that from management's perspective. I'm sure, just like I said, it doesn't make sense to have Canelo fight Errol Spence. There are people trying to pull out of fights now. Damn sure going to be a whole bunch of people that are of lesser name trying to gun for Errol.
Interesting.
That don't sound accurate?
I don't know, man. You got me. I don't know, but you know more about boxing than I do. I can't.
There's too much bread out there
on this one too much. I can't battle you on this one too much. I'm not really the boxing guru.
It just doesn't make sense to me how you could not get knocked down your entire career and then run into somebody who's really about that, who puts you down 3 times, and then now motherfuckers is like, hang it up for him. Hang it up. Like, you were good your entire career till you ran into one man, and we can't even give this man an opportunity to change and get better. Nope, he should just hang it up. First loss, hang it up. His career's over.
That's literally what Rocky's about.
Right. And these are the motherfuckers who grew up loving that shit. And they like, nope, he lost, hang it up. You lost your O.
Rocky wasn't supposed to be shit. Rocky started
go back to your Ray Leonards and your Robinsons. All of them have multiple losses, and not only do they have multiple losses, they have multiple brutal losses.
Kid Norton Jr. and Muhammad Ali.
When they lost, did the people they lose to have the status of a Terrence Crawford at all?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he lost to Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier and them, yeah.
George Foreman.
Hagler and Hearns.
And they also lost in what weight classes?
Welter, the exact same one.
It's a lot, yeah.
Hector Macho Camacho, my nigga.
If Ray Leonard would have stopped after he lost to Roberto Duran, what would his career have been?
Roberto Duran beat the shit out of that nigga.
Beat the dog shit. Listen, that's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense for somebody to have to take one loss and all of a sudden people are hanging it up. That's how the greats became greats, by taking those losses and getting better.
You gotta figure it out. Yeah, you just figure it out.
Most Bud might get cocky and get caught his next fight. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's possible.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen.
He showed excellent form.
Nigga.
He pitched the perfect fight.
Nigga had time to call niggas out in the crowd. Hey, Charlo, nigga, just you next.
But see, that's why, because Charlo's undisputed at 154, right? That's only one weight class up. He already planned on moving up. So if magically you can get the next fight with him after the Canelo fight and you beat him, now you're undisputed at 3 different weight classes, which is unheard of.
Crazy.
2 is already wild. He's the first male to ever do it. The first person to do it is Clarissa.
Yeah, he's trying to set the bar high if he do that.
Listen, and if he only got 2 more fights left, he better hope Jermell Charlo don't lose, cause then the belts get split up or passed on, and then you gonna have to stick around a little longer than you planned on. To get the. But I don't know. We'll see how it go. Beyond all that, I mean, do y'all want to touch on the Hall of Fame game?
Whatever y'all got, let's roll. Let's just keep rolling.
I mean, there ain't really that much.
Is that Thursday? The Cleveland Browns?
The Jets and the Browns.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really feel like it's much to talk about. They already talking about the backups playing and all kinds of shit. You know that you ain't gonna really see no Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson.
Nah, maybe one drive is that.
No,
I don't even think it's a if that.
They will not have access to their helmet.
Man, you gotta remember it's NFL. They super soft now, so.
Yeah, I don't think you see any real names that you really wanted to see. You might see.
They ain't trying to see nobody get hurt in this game.
And then look at it. We was just talking about all the people that got hurt in training camp.
Training camp alone, yeah.
Cooper Kupp just had to walk off of practice yesterday. Yep. Had to get an MRI on his hamstring.
Joe Burrow's calf.
Mm-hmm. And they said Cooper only finished 30 minutes of a 2-hour workout and had to walk off. So something's going on.
Some of these niggas
they're not training like they used to.
You think Cooper Kupp's out of shape?
Why not, nigga? McDonald's is where.
I mean, at the end of the day, Cliff, as much as we know he has nice hands, but that doesn't mean his genetic makeup is built for, durability.
I'm sure his cardio
term, like keeping that level of play up long term type shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying, that could be what we're seeing. You know what I mean?
He got crazy cardio.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't question. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not.
As far as durability, it's only a matter of time for a Cooper Kupp to start having injuries and things happen and shit like that. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. It's a lot of receivers that's happened to. Odell has gangs of freak accidents.
Right. And these guys are better than DK Metcalf, but look how DK Metcalf is built. That motherfucker's less likely to get a fucking injury, apparently. You know what I mean?
That's a horse.
That's a horse. I mean, I don't know if
certain people are built like that.
They showed his dad. They showed his dad. His dad is.
Yeah, certain people are built like that. Certain people do have the genetics.
Right. You know what I mean? Some are just more durable than others. You know what I mean with their genetic makeup, but.
I mean, but he's used highly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you miss half the damn season worth of games and still led the fucking team in all receiving categories. You know what I'm saying?
He's also the only, I hate to say it, really legit wide receiver at this point on the Rams as well. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's like the primary and only for real go-to. You know what I mean? So where, Cliff, we talk about this all the time. Usage. When you have when you have a high use, you should be having those yards post.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I do think that it gets harder for a lot. I don't think it's good for any wide receiver to be the only one on the squad.
Looking Monday 2.0, boy. But yeah, so yeah, again, he's a great wide receiver, but when you're the primary target and getting the most usage, I mean, yeah, you better be having fucking triple crown.
You are the target.
But doesn't that give you an excuse to be a little banged up more too, though?
Yes and no.
I mean, doing it 2 years straight, yeah.
Because if you're not going, because think about it, Cliff, they're not over the. So Cooper Kupp's not usually an over the middle kind of guy. He's usually, go route, post, right? He's not going over the middle too much of the linebackers getting hit. You know what I mean? He's
I wouldn't say that.
But I mean, over the middle, there's not a lot of wide receivers that are necessarily nowadays. Even the young bucks aren't going over the middle, so to speak.
Even Devontae Smith's little ass goes over the middle.
Especially his triple crown year, he was doing it all that season.
You've seen Devontae Smith.
Yeah, but
Devontae Smith over Cooper Kupp.
That's not what I said. Don't go putting words. Don't go putting words in my mouth in that hot ass Arizona weather. I said he goes over the middle. He runs routes.
You just said give me Devontae Smith, so that's what I thought.
Anyone on Did anyone on here hear me say give me Devontae Smith? Did anyone hear me say give me Devontae Smith? But I say he runs over the middle.
Yeah, no. No, you didn't.
He didn't say that.
Oh
No,
my!
he
No.
said even Devontae Smith runs over the middle.
Yeah,
That's what he
no.
All right.
And that's
Don't worry. It's the humidity out there. CT's a little warm right now. He's trying to get his bearings together.
and
What are
yeah,
you
no,
Oh,
talking
that's
about? If I
another
heard it
thing.
wrong, then I heard it wrong, goofhead.
That's another thing too, because you could say like the Renfros and them do that too, but I feel like crossing the middle and going over the middle are two different things, right?
true.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these motherfuckers catch a ball and take a dive. Like they're not like they're not going over the middle like catching a pass in between linebackers and continuing your route. No, it's not a lot of them built like that, and even the quarterbacks don't seem to set their wide receivers up like that anymore. Back in the day, it was just about give me the yards.
They throw it towards the
Man,
ground.
you can't hit them too crazy.
Listen, you can't even
Back-
hit hard, so I'm sure they don't.
There's so many rules now. You can't
Right,
even
can't hit a
them too crazy.
defenseless receiver now. So who gives a fuck? Everybody should go over the fucking middle.
That's true too.
That's what I'm saying. I think they do.
Send your punter over the middle. Fuck.
Most spectacular hits in the game. Nigga going over the middle to catch the ball. You looking at the
Man.
ball. That's all he sees is the ball.
Yep.
Right.
And then your helmet replaces the ball. It continues down the field. Is man nowadays. But I just do think that if you have a guy like Cooper, it's no different than Lamar for real. You our best guy. We gonna give it to you every time, and you do what you do with it.
And get banged up.
Right, and once you do that with somebody so much, it's a matter of time before they. And this, even though a hamstring is definitely serious, those are those nagging injuries. It could be worse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for a guy that's used like he is. But what else I got?
Let's see. I got some articles up here.
Oh, I did hear that it's between the Jets and the Dolphins for Dalvin Cook.
Interesting.
I don't really know why y'all would need him though.
What you mean?
I mean, he would be nice to have, but I mean, even
what back do they have better than
Whoa.
Dalvin Cook on their team?
Whoa. Don't be a hater all your life. Okay.
you don't need him.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
The Jets need him.
No, they don't. Cliff, they got what's his name? Hall.
Brees Hall,
He
right?
was damn near the rookie of the year until he got hurt. Well, he was on track.
Right, and was out for the entire season. So
Right.
this season will be the season we get to find out if he's back or not.
I mean, that's fine. Niggas said the same thing about Saquon. Gotta give people a little bit of time.
Meanwhile, Miami still got Raheem Mostert, and don't y'all got Jeff Wilson too?
Yeah, we got
Yeah, like
a couple of fellas.
But Cliff, like, and
Mike
you got a
Jackson.
maybe running back in New
Yeah.
York, and you got two in Miami right now. Why wouldn't I, as New York, want to give more to get that?
because you're saying that you got two in Miami, but I'm looking at Miami's running back situation similar to my Eagles. You have running backs that are good. They're not top tier though.
Right.
Dalvin Cook is a top tier running back.
Right,
So
I
why
agree.
wouldn't you want that? You know what I'm saying?
I
like,
agree.
And you would be coming home.
right. That's what Q was telling me
You
last
playing
night.
at home.
Mhm.
And you know that's why you ain't signed yet, because that's what
You
they
rocking-
pitching.
You
They
rocking out your
You
stadium,
the nigga
bro.
in
They
the
watching.
motherfucking in the room, like my nigga. I know the numbers ain't looking how you want them, but you're coming home. You don't want to come
I'm sitting at
home.
the crib right there. Right there.
They just think about all the moves they just made, bringing in Ramsey and all that. Like, and now you gonna bring in Dalvin Cook on top of that, and you expect everybody to get paid what they normally get paid.
Well, I
They're
mean,
not paying running backs.
Well, you
Meanwhile,
gotta-
look at New York, where they don't bring nobody in. It seems like they going all in right now for this season, so they're still willing to make sure
Hey.
that they give out some bread to get the.
well, what you
pieces
mean? New
they
York
want.
brought a lot of people in this offseason, Cliff.
Right, they brought Lazard and Rodgers and all
Uh-huh.
that. But
They
New
brought
York-
Aaron Rodgers, former safety on the Packers. I think it's Adrian Amos as well.
New York probably made more moves this year than they have.
Ever.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to
They got
say
a nice
ever,
one with
but what I'm
Revis.
getting at is they're historically hoarders, right? They very rarely make moves to, you know, empty the pot to try to get what they want. So the fact that they're doing it this year, it seems like a lot, right? But when you don't ever really do it, it
What's the
evens
last time-
out.
when's the last time they had a good team? Because they're in the same shit with Tom Brady, right? So they ain't made the playoffs often for the last 20 years. So
No, it ain't been that. I don't think it's been that long.
when's the last time
Nah,
they
I
just
think what it would be Mark Sanchez, right?
Right, that's what I was saying.
Mark
they had the
Sanchez
real
would be the
Revis.
last time that they would.
also 10 years. All right, so
And
they
that's
had,
a
Yeah,
while.
he
I'm
butt
talking
fumbled.
about like
He butt fumbled. He did. But we've seen multiple butt fumbles since then. Why?
Yeah, 2010.
Social media.
But you also have to think of the division they're in too, Aaron. I
That's what
told
I'm saying.
you this.
Tom Brady, the Dolphins.
But they always suck, like 4 wins, 5 wins.
I mean, yeah, you could say that, but like now, I mean, we know they're competitive, but they still may not get it because I feel like that division's the toughest division in football right now.
They was close last year a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was close. Like, so even though they're good now, they're still kind of
And
screwed.
they wasn't even that good last year. That's why I was like, ugh, that's crazy.
Yeah, for the fact that they was fighting for an offensive
Exceeded
identity.
expectations.
They definitely exceeded expectations, but that's also because I think they defense started coming together.
Sauce is that nigga, man. And Garrett Wilson looking good in training camp. Boy, that boy's
I heard that they've been
Man, that was my
Aaron
fantasy
Rodgers
wide
connection
receiver,
has been
boy.
real. I heard that.
him and Sauce been battling, which is good, you know, for both of them. Iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. This might be the best Jets team.
Right, Aaron. I agree.
I don't even think that you have to put the mic in front of it.
I'm about to say, this
Hands
is by
down.
Well,
Hands down, best
This
Jets
is all
team we've had in decades.
That
And they
shit
look like they
gets
like
buried,
each other.
though, man.
What's
That shit gets
Gardner?
buried.
You said it gets
I
buried.
agree.
It gets buried.
I mean, that's definitely a possibility. Because it's a
Miami
lot
too
of
strong.
teams.
We gonna bury that.
It's a lot of teams.
We gonna
I don't know
about the Bills, nigga, as well. Goddamn.
Hey, we ain't
You
worried
know
about
what?
them.
I
We gonna
finally-
beat them with Skylar Thompson.
Right.
You know what I finally get to somewhat say? Our squad got a defense. We ain't had a defense in.
What defense, Cliff? Because we went over the Madden ratings last week.
Yeah,
Who
no, but
cares
we got
about that?
we got a sleeper defense. When you think about me as a fan who knows about the holes of the team, the only position that I'm really wanting them to find somebody at is that middle linebacker, right? That middle. Yep. I need an orchestrator. Once they get that, they have been making strides to make their secondary better. They've been making their line better.
Yeah.
Who's their cornerbacks?
Pat Peterson.
Well, they have multiples.
Right, who's past his prime.
What's the name?
I mean, that's just the truth. That's not even me being funny. He's past his prime. Like, it's Marcus Peters, not Patrick
Marcus
Peters.
Marcus Peterson.
Okay, I thought okay.
Marcus Peterson. I'm trying to think. On the other side, of course, you know we got Nate Hobbs. We gave away Rocky Sin, which I thought was stupid, but I can't think of who they said would be starting at the other side. But as far as we drafted the one dude, cornerback out of, it wasn't Georgia.
It says y'all added somebody on defense one day ago. Who y'all add yesterday?
Where was that cornerback out of? We just got a nice cornerback, and we got hella safeties now.
It says y'all got somebody yesterday allegedly, but I don't. Yeah, I mean we'll see. We'll see.
Well, what I'm saying is, at least if you gotta change shit pieces at a time. What I don't like about my squad is you've been so focused on the defensive line, but have not been focused on the linebackers.
Oh, right.
That drives me crazy. Like, every year we get a new defensive lineman that y'all say is supposed to be marquee that doesn't end up being that way. Now at least you decided to draft one, which I'm more happy with because you don't have to pay them. You know what I'm saying? The shit that you're offering these motherfuckers. But where is the linebacker help at?
Maybe the value in the linebacker position is going to start going down.
You know what? The Raiders are also known for making strong safeties out of college linebackers.
Right.
And I think that's what they plan on doing with that Florida boy. I can't think what his name is.
Florida boy. Let me see. I'm
He's
trying to
a
find
Florida strong safety that we drafted this year. He's a little on the bigger side. Like, I think he's already, like, he's 241 or something like that. I think they plan on making him
He's a corner?
No, he's a safety.
Oh, I was like, God damn.
Yeah, I think they plan on turning him to a linebacker. They did the same thing with,
Damn, y'all picked up DeAndre Carter from the,
Was that yesterday?
I don't know if it was yesterday, but I just seen he was one of their receivers they picked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yes, I mean, it says that y'all definitely improved y'all's defense according to sports.
Austin Hooper as a tight end.
Oh, no, we factually improved the defense. And that's one thing that we've never really had in a while. Hadn't had a defense. We hadn't had a decent defense since your boy that we traded to you. Asamoah. Nnamdi Asamoah.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, he was a shutdown in Raiders and then came to us.
But the era of that defense was the last decent defense the Raiders had.
I could see that too.
John Gruden defense thing? Is that what that was?
Who?
No, that was
the John Gruden.
I don't think it was Gruden.
Was that the John?
Asamoah? It might have been.
It might have been actually.
It might have been.
What's the black coach they have?
You talking about way back?
So if y'all signed a linebacker,
I'm not talking about
Roberts Spillane.
Oh, I know Spillane.
That's the coach now.
No, that's the linebacker.
He played for Miami, didn't he?
I can look. I haven't heard of him, but I can look. Roberts. Wait, he played for Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was number 41 in Pittsburgh, apparently.
What'd you say about Miami?
Then I'm confused to him.
Cliff thought that this one linebacker they signed who actually played for Pittsburgh, he thought he played
I'm
for.
confused to him.
I saw Jonathan Taylor.
Then maybe he's not who I'm thinking of.
Don't give us
no bad Jonathan Taylor gonna go. Jonathan Taylor, where y'all think he gonna go?
Who, Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay in Indy.
Oh, where he don't got
he already asked for a trade.
Well,
that don't mean you get it.
Yeah, it's like
hot take. Dalvin Cook, if he decides to go to the Jets, Miami Dolphins attempts to trade Jeff Wilson and a couple of assets.
I'm sure.
Jonathan Taylor
out of his misery.
That'd be crazy.
I'm sure.
Well, hold on though, because if
New England's in the picture,
Jim Irsay ain't gonna do that though. Jim Irsay's one of them dickhead owners. Y'all see?
Yeah, he works for Jerry Jones.
Well, see, here's my thing: is it's tough, right? Because the NFL has proved right now there's no market for running backs.
Exactly. So there's no leverage. There's no leverage for Jonathan Taylor.
Right. So you're asking for a trade at a bad time.
Not really.
Well, shit. What happened at the meeting with Austin Eckler and them? That's what we need to find out. Because if something good happened, you may want to hold out until after that go through and be like, yeah, now pay me my money. Yeah, I'm still fresh. Pay me my money.
Leading rusher last year, wasn't he?
No, Jacobs was.
No.
Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they probably had a little powwow. They probably had a little vent session. That's probably all that shit really.
Right, probably didn't mean nothing. Motherfucker, you want me to sit out with you? Oh no, I can't. I need this season. I'm not sitting out with you. And I understand that may be somewhat selfish, but I understand it at the same time. It's already bad out here. It's already hard out here for a halfback. We can't even get half crack. No, I'm just playing.
You can get it.
No price, man. It's bad out here on the sack.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it.
That's what I mean. Like Saquon started all that shit and only got an extra $1 million.
Right. But he's not in a spot where he can be like, nah, nigga.
I mean, but that
this was your first season showing up.
That's a prostitute move, though. Like it started out as just head, but now we doing everything.
What from Lamar Jackson?
But just one more.
Nah, Lamar is completely different though, because Lamar's been doing his thing for years and asking for more for years.
That's the strategy he went with. He went with the Lamar Jackson strategy.
He thought he did. Well, he thought he did.
Right.
He tried.
Yeah, he was sitting at home like, I don't know how many more days I can't answer this call now. I ain't been that good in New York. While Lamar was like, I ain't never answering it till I see the check come through my account.
Well, he got that lever. You're a quarterback.
Right.
If Jim Harbaugh's outside, tell a nigga to take a walk. Tell him to take a walk.
Yeah.
Bro, I know it had to be hard for Daniel Jones. I know he was coming in that big crying every day like, Saquon call? Did he call yet? Did he call?
Listen. That's the thing. He was shaking his cleats. I promise you that. Because if Saquon goes, that's the end of your hype train, buddy. Well, and I'm not saying he's just an awful quarterback. I'm not even saying he's a bad quarterback. I just don't believe he is who they think he is.
I don't either, but I'm not going to lie. The Giants are going to be a lot better this year than even what they were last year. Like, they did make a lot of moves this year. Like, they signed some good acquisitions and shit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like offensively, like they got your boy Darren Waller. It's gonna be his second chance.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see what
that's still a good pickup for them.
They got Paris Campbell from I believe the Commanders.
Coach.
Or is it called? Oh, Coach. Yeah, like
good pickup for sure.
Yeah, I got some. I ain't gonna lie, they got some like.
Cause Shepard he can't be your number one guy. Y'all gonna win.
No. You're right. See, and don't forget, y'all, they signed Cole Beasley and James Robinson. We talked about that.
Did.
That's right. Yeah.
Cole Beasley's there.
James Robinson, that's big too.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Giants got.
Maybe they signed James Robinson. No. Did they sign that before or after Saquon accepted the
James Robinson and Cole Beasley on July 21st? So that was probably before the Saquon.
Before.
Right, that makes sense then, because they was like, just in case Saquon say he ain't, let's go ahead and pick up James.
They did get rid of Kenny Galladay, which I'm actually kind of shocked back in March. I didn't know they got rid of him.
He was a bust last year, though.
He
was killing it in Detroit.
But
I think that might be a early. That was a rash decision. You know what I mean? Like, you gave it up before you could have seen what that could have panned out as.
Coming back to the Errol Spence, like you said. Like,
you
trying to end my nigga's career too early. Let him cook for a second.
Right. Let him.
We talk about Campbell. But we talk about that as well. The NFL is not a development league.
No, it's not.
You feel what I'm saying? There's no room for you if you need a few years to develop. You got to go do that somewhere else where they can afford it.
He was trash.
We going for that thing this year.
DeMar Hamlin's back at practice.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Knew that.
Yeah. Back at full padded practice.
But that makes sense though, because
all
his
the
shit
parties
came
he was
from.
at, he better be.
His shit came from that impact.
Take it out on me too, man. I'm hitting this nigga like everything great. Oh, you
Yeah,
back?
you're right. As you should.
I'm gonna show you my love by hitting you as hard.
Yeah, you gotta test him. Make sure this is really what you need to do.
No, because if he's slow to get up, everybody gonna be like.
But it's better that happens. It's better that happens in practice than in a game. In a game, everybody like, oh shit, here we go again. But in practice, it's like, okay, you get a chance to fight through it. Like, okay, I'm doing all right. Just give me a minute.
I'm good. Yeah.
And they gave Aaron Rodgers a new 2-year, $75 million guaranteed contract.
Yeah, because this year they're giving him like a little. This is like a low cut this year. Then they just giving him like a lot next year. That's crazy.
Right? What?
How they do that? Overall, it's like $35 million pay cut compared to his last.
And they say
I don't think he gives a fuck about that.
Nope. Because
I don't
Green
think
Bay
he
was
gives
throwing them dollars.
And then he's already gotten the love he's asked for in Green Bay. Like for management. Like to where management is like, nah, should we go after? Would you like Lazard too? They picked up Lazard before they even picked up Aaron, just to be like, Aaron, we got a familiar face here. You sure? And Aaron was like, what y'all paying me? And they was like, well, we ain't got it this year, but I promise you next year. He was like, all right, I'll work with it. I just came back from an ayahuasca retreat. God told me to work with it. So I'm working with it.
He got the big 8 chain from one of the players. I was like, Aaron.
Oh, Sauce Gardner got him that. Sauce got him that. Yeah.
Diamond them all out with the green.
Yeah, that's love that you I'm sure he hadn't felt in years.
He gotta walk in there with that on a Sunday.
In years. And the thing is about it, and this is why I've always respected Aaron, is that man will still put his body on the line as old as he is.
Oh yeah.
He's willing to get his helmet knocked off to the chin strap at his nose just to make a play for his squad. And if you feel in love like that, I don't know, we might see an AR really spitting.
I want to see it though. I want to see if he can do it like what Brady did. Brady took a team to the NFL to the championship.
But
what was he saying?
Didn't. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
How old was he when he replaced Brett? He was there for a minute before he replaced Brett, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he sat for like
4 years.
Yeah.
He had like a cool little 4-year vacation before he had. I mean,
I would hate that though. I would hate that.
But you still learning. You still learning.
Fucked up game.
Your job's. You gotta think about it.
Being out there.
But listen, your job's not on the line. You feel me? You're not. There's no worries about you. All you got to do is get your reps in and practice, watch what the vet's doing, and learn from, the situation around you. And by the time you get your shot...
I could have had this team, a championship team.
Hell no.
He may have thought
Donald
that, I'm
Driver
sure.
now? You crazy. They was nice.
Oh, you said... Whoa. Oh, you meant...
He meant like, they didn't start me early enough.
For some reason, CT, I'm thinking of like Jordan Love taking over now, and you're saying like Jordan Love. Like I see what you're saying now. Like
yeah.
Right. You might be right though, CT, on some real shit. That was a nice squad. Amon, what was his name? Ahmed or Amon Green? What was his, I don't remember.
Green. Yep.
Green.
Jordan Love though wasn't on the caliber of
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers coming out that they expected. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, Aaron came out of community. What did he come out of?
Yeah, I know.
I'll look it up.
Let me look it up because I don't know. Yeah, wasn't it Cal?
Community
college.
Right.
It was Cal. I feel like it was Cal. Let me see.
No, I know
he went to a community college first.
Cal
I
Berkeley.
think so.
It's Cal Berkeley with the Bear.
I believe so. You adding words?
Did he go to a community college or was it
Cal Berkeley?
He went to
University of California.
University. Yep. What Aaron said. Yep. Sure did.
I'm just saying.
You said for 1 year.
I don't know for how long. I could see.
You might have went somewhere else first.
He had to go to a JUCO if he went there for 1 year.
Definitely.
I swear.
Definitely.
Oh, by the way, that Austin Eckler meeting was apparently not a one-time meeting. Apparently, they had a
special meeting. Jordan Love.
No, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers at California College. He was there from 03 to 04. That's weird. It don't say nothing about nothing else. It just says, he went to
a community college.
BUTTE-CC in 2002. I don't know what.
That's the community college.
Right. He went to Butt Community College.
So he wasn't projected to be probably nothing.
Oh, it's a community college in Butt County, California.
In Berkeley, California.
What was his stats in that year?
California or at Butt?
Right.
It's Butte, motherfucker.
No, it's BUT. I don't know. One of the T's might be silent. Or the E might be. I don't know. I want to
Buter.
know.
It's like Butte.
Booty.
He had a tennis
Yeah.
record.
That's how they put. That's how they say booty in French.
Mascot crazy.
Hey, hold on, man.
Right,
Hold
mascot cheeks.
He was 10-1 at Butte College.
That's what I'm saying,
went
man.
crazy,
He balled
bro.
out.
That's what I'm saying. And Jordan Love, he came out of Utah State. He did all 4 years. And let's keep it a buck. A quarterback doing all 4 years, we're not really. You might be a journeyman, but we're not expecting you to take over our team.
True.
That's half the reason why they allow Aaron Rodgers to continue running, even though they was like, we got this young buck sitting around there.
That is true.
Look at how they did doing Stetson Bennett, and he got 2 national championships.
Man, I hate when niggas, man.
And you a 4-year quarterback, and you ain't even getting drafted.
Like Jalen Hurts was a 4-year, wasn't he?
That's what I was about to say. I think he might have been.
He was,
but that was also because of his situation. He had to transfer, and he wouldn't have been 4 year if he did the whole time at Alabama and didn't have the whole Tua situation happen.
A lot of those Bama quarterbacks stay 4 years anyway.
You gotta play. You gotta play at least 2-3 years of college football anyway, though, right? You gotta play
3.
Wait, Stetson did get drafted, didn't he?
Like 7th round.
Yeah, he got drafted way late, I believe.
It might turn out to be something. I mean, they sit down here the whole time.
Then
not a lot of room for quarterback play.
Shit, if Errol Spence got to retire after that fight, then Stetson Bennett gonna have to retire after 2 years with his 26-year-old rookie ass.
He's 25.
Jake Plummer, remember Jake Plummer?
Yeah, for the Broncos. He was actually decent though.
Yeah, he was.
But Stetson Bennett was in the 4th round, pick 128.
To where?
I thought
the Rams. He's on the Rams.
Yeah, I thought I remember him getting picked. I had to walk that back.
He got a shot at playing off injury.
And I was wrong the other day. I forgot Mac Holland is no longer on the Raiders. He's on the Falcons.
The receiver?
That. Yeah, Mac Holland got traded to the Falcons.
Ooh. I was about to say, if y'all still had him, that would have been loaded.
Yeah, I meant to say, I as soon as that show was over, I saw some shit and was like, oh, I forgot.
I mean, it happens. Shit happens a lot. Motherfuckers move around so much, it's hard to keep up sometimes.
At least you fixed it.
Listen, motherfuckers need a production crew like ESPN, motherfuckers to give you a pamphlet of all the information.
Yeah.
Like Calvin Ridley's showing out on the Jaguars lately, they said in practice, Calvin Ridley.
Get you a sports ticket.
A lot of dudes been snagging lately.
A little sports
What's number 14 on the Steelers?
Nigga. With breaking news, nigga. Breaking news.
You know what? It's funny Aaron said that clip on that Hulu Live I shared with you. You know NFL Network's on there. I just don't ever watch. I just don't ever think to fucking watch it because you know that's like to Aaron's point, the CNN of fucking NFL.
Right.
I never think to watch it, but it's on there just so you know. So.
Yeah, I mean that's listen, that's different.
Right.
We gonna get there one day. Listen, you gotta have a technical crew and shit for all that to be running up
a ticker?
Yeah, little
I'll talk to you after the podcast, Pimp.
We have breaking news. Like, no.
I mean, we can add one here, but who's gonna update it? Who's gonna update it while we on the show?
Malk be the one putting
that would be Malk is putting them shits all through.
Hey, what they call that? The voluntold.
You know what? That is Malk's new job.
We be seeing it always pop up anyways.
Yeah, he have a whole paragraph.
Damn, Malk, how you even put a note in there?
Right. And I can't even read it. I just be clicking off because they be covering somebody's face.
I put it in there really for me to go back and keep track, like what I wanted to.
Bloop. It'd be like 4 or 5 in a row. Bloop.
Right. It's just for my own note taking purposes type shit.
But... I'm like, oh, y'all forgot about that. I'm gonna say something about that.
Right. So they said Odell Beckham arrived to Ravens camp with a physique built for a long season. He said he's been working hard.
Going crazy.
I love Odell. That's my nigga.
And he went to MVP. MVP Mark.
But you guys show me, G. You guys show me. I ain't even gonna stunt you. Like, you guys show me.
I believe in him.
I mean, I do too, but like Cliff said, I just need.
I'm hoping for him.
Right.
I'm hoping for him.
Well,
and I heard good things about, the training camp and shit. They saying that him and Lamar are looking great, but what was you saying, Q?
But the last time we seen him,
chilling.
He should have had a fucking MVP in his motherfucker.
Super Bowl MVP.
You see what I'm saying?
But
he should have been holding them up.
Especially comeback player of the year. He'd have had comeback player of the year, Super Bowl MVP.
That nigga must not stretch before practice or something. I feel like he's a nigga that don't stretch a whole lot.
You don't think he stretched now, especially?
No, I'm sure he does. I'm just saying he might be one of them to just like.
What?
I was never big on stretching either, though.
Nigga. At this age,
once you find your way.
Oh no, I mean I stretch now, but
doing that every day, you gotta stretch.
No, when you 12, no, you don't.
You up early in the morning too. Like you start.
I stretch at stretches, like when we did our stretching drills.
They made you do that. When you went outside to play, when you was 10, 12, 13,
shit.
Somebody stretching the motherfucker.
When you falling on that turf though, it's different.
And that's true too.
I'll be damned. Turf be damned.
I mean, but I played on turf even as a young.
A lot of players complain about that turf they play.
I hate turf. I never liked turf.
But you can't.
I didn't either.
It's like I'm not playing on it though. Like
right.
Horrible.
That grass feel a little softer and better.
Grass is better, but
grass is definitely better, especially on your skin. That turf, boy.
And they got the nice grass too.
Let you be running full speed and nigga hit you at an angle and y'all sliding up the field and see how much skin that turf took off of your leg.
And you get turf toe a lot. Like I have my toes
been there, man.
I don't think I ever got that. I don't even know what that.
That's the worst.
How do you get turf toe?
You don't want to know.
It's a stub toe. He's just a really.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. Like, what is okay? I
heard of it. You gotta let the sock off and let it breathe. You can't even let it. You run on that.
Foot shit in general.
You gotta do a lot of juking and stuff too, like or playing D, backpedaling. So it's like that toe is damaged.
I was never that athletic. I never had to work.
My trainer's like, let's put tape on it and stuff. I'm like, but I can't even feel my toe.
Right. He grabbing shoulder pads.
I'm grabbing shoulder pads, nigga. Come here real quick, nigga.
She said, let's put tape on it. And I'm like, tape?
Right, like, bitch, you put tape on your shit.
That shit hurt more. It hurt more with the tape.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't even feel my toe. What'd you say?
Nah, I said it hurt more with the tape.
Shit. And Mock is right on time.
I missed the news. Hey, yeah, I'm sad about Sony Michel.
Sony Michel retired after 5 NFL seasons.
32 years old, I think. He's like 32.
He probably, 32.
Oh.
He's 32 years old?
Yeah, he's been around for a little bit.
You say he retired after 5 years.
He played with the Patriots. He got a ring with us.
Yeah, he retired after 5 seasons, Aaron. That's what it says.
What, he's 32?
Went to Georgia
he's
for 4
a running
years.
back, though.
Okay. Right. We know their shelf life ain't long anyway.
Yeah.
Nah. He's saying the math ain't math.
I'm trying to say. You nigga played 7 years in college, nigga.
Oh, right. I mean, since you fucked that, Aaron, since you were a little kid, that shit's weird. Since you were a little kid, you know what I mean? That's weird. He's 28.
28?
Oh, okay. That's a little bit.
Man, that's even
worse.
There was
somebody else on the list that retired too, though.
He pulled a Barry Sanders. That nigga.
Barry Sanders gave you 10 years.
No, he did not.
I mean, he's not nowhere. I'm talking about
right.
as far as, I'm talking about in the sense of retiring.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Johnson did the same.
And that nigga say y'all ain't paying no more.
Right, that's probably what it was too. Q. He probably knew his rate at his, you know.
They should have held him then. They should have held him. See, he wasn't. Was he on an active squad?
He was with the Chargers last, I thought.
I don't think so. I think he was a free agent. I don't think
okay. Because I was just about to say, if he was active on the squad, it would have made more sense for them to hold him for your cause, right? Because then You could announce that running backs are upset about the situation. You're going to have a bad thing coming, and then you have all the people that planned on retiring anyway retire at that point, and it looks even better for what you trying to do.
Did he win one with the Rams too?
Oh,
You said what? Yeah,
He snuck one. I
He
think he
played
won
for
one.
the Rams
yeah,
too.
he did play for the Rams.
wonder if he won. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do think that they need to do something because it's a motherfucking shame how they doing these running backs.
I mean, they get paid enough money to where they can own their own fucking empire, right? Even though it's still low in the market, right?
Who we talking about? We
So,
talking about owners?
I'm talking about running back.
Okay.
I'm talking about running back. So, like, I understand, like, what Sony Michel did. Man, fuck y'all. I'm finna go get money. I ain't gotta abide by y'all bullshit.
Just a lot more money. He can flip the money he got to something else.
There's a whole lot more
No,
money.
I
to
agree
get
with
than
that
fucking
1,000, but
job.
I'm saying though, it's also
Put my
about
money,
the people.
put my body on the line.
It's about the people
And
that
y'all
come
treat me like
after
that?
you as well, right? So if I can do anything to make sure y'all got it a little better, why wouldn't I?
Nigga, get
And,
your
and again,
hey,
I'm
get-
not saying
get your
that he
five.
didn't. I'm not saying that nothing that he did was incorrect. I'm just saying if they was smart when they had that meeting, Austin would have already had all the running backs that were talking about retirement thinking, yeah, I need y'all here too, because what we're gonna do is announce this. So is there any way y'all can hold off y'all's retirement until this date?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
when the
keep
first
it
nigga
real.
sign,
don't
they
make it look
kill
good,
that
do it.
shit.
Keep it a buck, Cliff. I don't even think. I'm just my opinion. I don't think he was even a part of those conversations.
That's what I'm saying, and that's where I think they
Probably
dropped
not.
the ball. They dropped the ball there. Because if I'm Austin Eckler and I'm making an argument for why we need more money, and it may come down to a situation where it's holdouts, I definitely want all the people's names that plan on retiring this year. And I need y'all involved as well, just so I can run this information by you. Can you hold this off until my announcement on this date? And
You-
I
then
swear,
announce your
it make it look
retirement.
kind of bad.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
I think the
Because
argument
that helps our move as well.
Well, but you got back to the
That
tiers.
still look like the direction they want to do anyway. Let's get these running backs out the league.
Well, I don't think it
You hear
impacts
me?
him, Cliff,
Let's
because
make it positionless.
back,
Yeah.
back to the tiers. He's not in that tier with the top tier backs.
No,
Like,
I agree. I agree.
Two
But it's
years
still a
ago,
stance
yeah.
in the
thing.
game.
It's still a stance thing. It looks like who's coming with me at that point. And if I was leaving anyway, I guess I'll leave with you regardless. If I was on my way out, so I'm going with you.
No, but we talked about you're not gonna make the same. Like some remember, I got a player. This ain't gonna. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm saying
used
though,
to be
you
when they
got
were
enough
running the ball
seasons
line.
under your belt. You got enough seasons under your belt that you got a decent insurance policy, regardless of how you exit.
you'd be surprised, Cliff, because T.O. and them all filed bankruptcy. A lot of niggas filed bankruptcy.
Right.
Several times.
Right. No, I
They
agree
were
with that.
way above Sony Michel on
Yeah.
status levels.
I'm just thinking about what is it that they can take away from you. And if you've already given them the 5 years,
Right.
you're good on the insurance policy. Regardless of if you say I'm leaving like on a strike shit, I'm retiring on strike, I still get my insurance policy. I completed that time with y'all. So what is it that you could take from those players? And I understand that every player isn't going to be at the 5-year mark when they retire. So some of them is going to take a hit.
Right.
But you was going to take that hit anyway, my G. So why not help out the running backs coming in after you?
Speaking of running backs, Q, it's funny you mentioned Jonathan Taylor to the Dolphins, right? NFL.com reported yesterday that Jonathan Taylor trade fits Dolphins and CT's Patriots among 5 teams that should pursue the Colts running back.
Yes, sir. He's
That's right,
coming,
he said that.
coming to our way.
Hey man, I be on that.
That's crazy.
Be on that.
He called it too.
We always got names floating around. We can't grab nobody.
Right.
I think
Right.
that's
We be
Belichick.
the first
Belichick
two
like,
teams.
nope, we don't want them.
I was telling Q last night, I wonder how that Ezekiel Elliott meeting went though last weekend.
With the
That's
Pats.
the only one. That's the only motherfucker they gonna get.
There was pictures of that too.
I think that Bill Belichick is, with all due respect, a female.
The leftovers, you want to
you want to improve a motherfucker. Like you like, ooh, I can see the diamond in the rough.
It normally works.
No, it does. I'm not like, that's why I said, with all due respect, I didn't mean it like.
You can change. You feel like you can change.
Right, and that's usually a female trait where they like, oh, I could get him and I could change him. And
not
that's how
females these days.
But that's like if you go to Duke, if you go to anywhere like one of those powerhouse squads, you know when you go there, it's gonna be different. Like that Patriot way different.
Tight ship around there in Boston. Shit.
But I'm thinking that Belichick is like, listen, is Zeke know he on his way out? If I get him on this tight ship and he stays and he works it, I can get him where we need him.
Well, young Lou Garrett Blunt, you dig?
Screens
then again, Cliff. Do y'all remember when Corey Dillon left the Bengals and went to the Patriots? Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir. Running back.
So, yeah, like it could be.
Turn him into a monster.
Right. He did.
Belichick sees shit. He sees shit that we don't see.
Moss?
But they didn't get one with Randy, and they should have. But I think that came down to exactly what I think Belichick saw that.
We got there. Yeah, we should have went undefeated.
I think he saw that situation and was like, I won't make the same mistake twice. Like, I don't want two motherfuckers on a squad of that caliber.
Who would the two be?
I don't know, since Gronk and Brady now, but even Gronk knew his place. But I'm saying, like, from Randy and Brady, like, bringing in two players of that, status, that's too much. I think he knew it was too much, and that's why he didn't get the dub. And that's why you've never seen him go for somebody like a DeAndre Hopkins, or, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, Steelers are the same way.
We tried Chad Johnson, but that's like the only thing that didn't really work.
I forgot about Chad.
That's because he hit his bitch, and speaking of social media,
What you waving about, kid? What you waving about?
Them niggas ran in the playoff Eli. Fuck that. That's
man.
I don't give a fuck.
Eli beat a lot of teams. Don't just say us.
Eli took they
beat Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, it was, and I wouldn't say that, Q. I feel like in both.
Hey, look.
The defense was too good.
What you doing? I thought you was frozen.
I didn't. This nigga doing the Florida State
fucking helmet catch.
Right. That's so. He's stupid as hell. We playing charades in this motherfucker.
I don't even know how he broke out of the tackle from the begin with.
That was a good. Now that you
him breaking out of the tackle was crazy.
But let's be honest, the defense in both Super Bowls for Eli really were the biggest factors. And the
Justin Tucker, yeah.
Of course.
Michael Strahan, like, stop playing.
Listen, they was stacked that they had Victor Cruz and all them at the time.
They wasn't no different from Tampa Bay when they won.
Brandon Jacobs.
Baltimore when they fucking won. They quarterback play went by shit.
We knew
made that one play that made.
We knew the Raiders played.
That's what I said.
Jeremy Shockey.
Bad.
They did have Shockey. I love Shockey.
Gotta die Shockey.
I love
Rondé Barber.
For a minute.
Hey.
That was Tiki.
Tiki.
Shockey.
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Who?
Yeah,
Miami boy. Yeah.
Who went to Miami?
Shockey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he played with Clinton Portis and the boy when they won that chip.
Yeah, nasty team. Yeah, that was a squad.
Oh,
ain't no fun
baby.
Shockey.
Who Ken Dorsey at the quarterback?
He ain't no top 5.
It was the defense though. Who was number 72 in that defense? Osimhen Mayor, whatever his name was.
Yeah, the one he was Lewis whatever handoff or some shit.
No, that was JPP.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They was stacked.
His fingers off.
Yeah, his hand, his fingers.
He's still in the league, huh?
I think he is.
He
still.
got one with the Bucks.
He is.
He
got a championship with the Bucks.
His old ass.
JP. Yeah, JP too.
Yeah.
On the nigga JP too now.
They put a prosthetic on that bitch, nigga. Just be slapping.
I'm over here laughing. I'm ignorant. Oh no! Time out. He's a free agent currently.
Oh, okay.
Now, yeah.
He played college in South Florida, Q.
Are you talking about JPP?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, he's what they have.
Man, remember what's the name of the South Florida nigga?
Uh-huh.
Who? Blake Bortles?
Nah,
my people.
You know what I'm talking about.
He in the Central.
My people in the South Florida.
He with the F. Where Blake Bortles go?
Oh, I forgot. I'll look it up.
Central Florida.
Central Florida. Yeah.
UCF.
Mm-hmm.
They said Jalen Ramsey is out until December at the earliest.
He said he trying to rush it back.
Better not.
Yeah, he said whatever timeline they give him, he gonna beat it. But whatever.
He's trying.
At the last season, our medical staff tightened the motherfucker. So you get on what we tell you to.
Y'all
not in that AQ, not in that.
Then y'all signed Eli Apple right after that.
AQ, if he come back, he ain't 100%.
Hey, go at him.
Go at him.
We signed Eli Apple, so you know.
I seen that. And Cliff was just talking about him, I think, the other day. Like,
Aaron, don't be sneaking off neither without you hit the showers.
Tyreek Hill don't even like him.
I ain't never liked Eli.
Tyreek Hill.
I mean, don't listen.
You know.
He's a go at him.
He a mama boy. He a mama boy. That one like. You know what I'm saying? I'm just.
Where'd he go to school? Bama?
It don't matter. Nah.
Oh, look, it went to Ohio State.
State.
Okay, I was about to say it was one of them.
Yeah, he went up there. Yeah, he a mama boy.
Yeah.
Man, don't do my nigga.
Man,
don't do my nigga just because that little shit happened.
Man.
He's from Philly. He's soft.
Ask him where his mama at. Ask him where his mama at.
I don't know where she at.
She in the master bedroom of the condo he just got in Miami. What the fuck you talking about?
No, she's in a one bedroom apartment back in Philly.
She
the
matter of fact, with her husband, Annie Apple and Tim Apple.
He been on so many teams.
His mom look young as fuck.
He young, ain't he? How old is he?
I just had it too. Come on, my thing not scrolling. Eli Apple is 27.
Yeah.
Yep, 27.
Mm.
They said Travis Kelce
no LeBron situation.
Travis Kelce punching people, ain't he?
Yeah, they said he got in a fight 2 days in a row at practice.
I didn't see the second
99
one.
Mad rating got to his head.
You hear what I'm saying?
They said, I'm pull up the little, I put it in the chat.
He got that 99 Mad rating. He's different.
Travis Kelce says he's got to be a better leader after practice scuffle 2 days in a row.
He's showing he ain't
I saw the first one. I ain't see the second one.
He handing out 99s like that?
He ain't got no. He think he his brother. He been hanging around his brother too much on that podcast.
Somebody said, "Nigga, you shouldn't be a 99."
What you trying to say? His brother's a bad influence?
No, I'm saying is Travis Kelce does not have the toughness or strength.
Okay.
So
I don't know now. He big motherfucker now.
He big.
Yeah, but he's not his brother. But so speaking of Madden ratings, you know what they gave Jason Kelce as a strength on Madden? 99.
Yeah.
So you ain't. Listen, you little bro. You ain't big. You big bro on the Chiefs, but you little bro between them two. Shit.
That's why I was mad at Jason's overall.
Jason said he liked it. Actually, I meant to tell y'all that. I watched a video from their little podcast where they talked about the Madden ratings as well.
Like
Jason said he was actually hype about that. He said he said it was fair and accurate. I was like, okay.
What's that little saying they be saying on that one?
Hey now, they say like hey now and just a couple little they say a couple little things. All right now or some shit. Yeah.
Sure.
That show is funny, but I don't know what's going on with maybe it's the heat. Maybe Travis shit. Travis tripping. Boy,
Maybe some teams do need that little feisty though in the off season to get their team sparked off.
True. Colts wide receiver Josh Downs said that Anthony Richardson has been flicking his wrist and the ball goes 60 yards in practice.
He did throw the 60 the other day. I saw that on the run.
Yeah, they've been saying that arm
He's an
strength wasn't
athlete.
arm strength wasn't his issue.
He might be.
Yeah, he's gonna have to just read the defense. That's what it's gonna be like. He's gonna have to have good reads.
Well, listen, he's in a good spot because
The coach.
Yeah, because here's why. So Frank Reich, who was a quarterback whisperer that year for Nick Foles / Carson Wentz, he won that Super Bowl with Nick Foles. So, like, if you can coach Nick Foles, I feel like you can coach a Richardson if he.
Man, y'all stole one on us with that little Philly special.
That's why he beat y'all. I forgot.
That's played that.
But y'all beat us by, I think it was 38-35.
It was a close game. It wasn't like it was a close game.
It was high scoring. It was a lot of yards that game too.
It was.
I think it's the highest score. It was like the highest yards in Super Bowl history.
That's one of the best Super Bowls that I recall in a while, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that's played that.
Is he the head coach for the Colts?
Down as like the joke quarterback of the NFL.
Why? Because everywhere he's went, he's played terrible. He's played worse.
He's gonna throw a lot of picks.
He
probably
didn't play awful in Indy.
All right, let me pull up his stats. Give me one.
No wide receivers trying to play out in Indy.
Whoa. Who didn't play off?
Carson Wentz.
There's a reason why they got rid of him after the year they signed him.
He didn't play awful in Indy.
He did.
He didn't.
I mean, okay. I got it. I got what you're talking about.
First round.
So, nah. If you base it on how that motherfucker was playing,
and they finished 8-8, right?
Bad.
They finished 8-8, and he was, if I'm remembering correctly, he was
terrible. Interceptions was
17
terrible.
games played, 322.
They played 17
out of 516 attempts. He did throw for 3,500 and some change yards. He had 27 touchdowns. He did only have 7 interceptions.
I think
Who is this?
9. I think he was
Carson
9 out of 10 out of the top 10 quarterbacks that year.
Here's the thing then. Why'd they let him go after that year?
1 year, I know they let him go.
I don't know.
They didn't want to pay him.
May not have fit.
Because that's what I'm saying. He's just not.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't do awful.
That wasn't awful, but
In their eyes, he did.
He's not
He was top 10 on that season.
When you have Peyton Manning, you like this?
right. But Cliff, you always like to reference body of work, right?
No, I agree.
I
But,
understand that one season was good, but that body of work,
like, you cut him off his wave. Like, that's like a motherfucker surfing a wave and then the coach hopping out and just grabbing the board. Like, nope, you're done. Like, you didn't even let me finish riding my wave. What the fuck is going on? And then you bring in Matt Ryan.
They said we've seen enough.
Who did considerably worse. And
True.
then now, because it didn't work out in Washington, Carson Wentz is the joke of the league as far as quarterback.
Where's he at now?
in Washington still.
Is he still in Washington?
Let me see.
I thought they released him.
Me too.
No, because he would. I mean, somebody would have signed him before they signed Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Oh, I know he is a free agent. Oh, well, wow. Okay.
I'm about to say, I don't know. They'd rather
Yeah,
take
they
Sam
released
Darnold.
him.
I think it comes back to the injury clip. I understand what you're saying, but I think it comes back to the same thing we say about that.
Yeah, that's.
He's
Yeah,
not.
he definitely played different afterwards. You are right about that.
And he was actually getting hurt more often younger. Like he's 30. But I just
Ooh, he was hurt
Because he
last
don't
year.
play the
wasn't he?
same.
That's why Heineke
I remember
played.
when he was playing his rookie year, and that motherfucker was diving into the end zone head first.
he was.
That was
he
his best year, wasn't it?
It was.
Uh-huh.
He was almost MVP. He was having an MVP run.
13-3, wasn't y'all?
Yeah, he was doing some shit. I don't remember but yeah, it was something like
He
that.
was like top in MVP talk for sure.
Yeah,
That's
he
why,
was. Same thing
that's
like
why I'm
Hurts before Hurts got hurt.
That's why now I just bash him because I'm like, I don't see none of that at all.
Right. None of that, bro. None.
He don't got that kill in him.
He don't. He plays like a bitch. I hate to say it.
But when you get hit that many times, it'll change your game.
Shit,
He's taking a lot of licks.
No, he don't.
Jalen's still young though. Yeah, he ain't been through that gauntlet.
Jalen can duck and dodge stuff. He can't duck and dodge.
Yeah,
But no, I will say this: Jalen was getting hit when he had to sub in for him. Remember when he first got hurt?
Yeah, but that's.
But you see, Jalen's
years
smart
years
now.
and years compounded. Carson Wentz been getting hit, especially ever since the Eagles lost faith in him and started getting rid of him. That motherfucker just started getting hit more.
I mean, he only been in the league. This is about to be his 7th season.
And he been on what, 5 teams?
Just Philly, Indianapolis, and so 3 teams, and that's not bad. 3 teams over. And yeah, I mean.
But you never gonna get no max contract. You never gonna get a guarantee. You never gonna get like that if you getting bounced around like that.
He does have a ring, doesn't he? That pisses me off.
Why?
That's the weakest ring ever. That's like Russell and them getting a ring.
Nobody in Philly liked him, Cliff. That's why I was telling you, Jason Kelce. That's the only reason why they continue to play.
Philly turned on that nigga. Everybody loved Carson Wentz before when he got hurt and came back the next season and wasn't the same whatsoever. That's when the turning on Carson Wentz took place.
No, the turn was, Cliff, and I'll tell you right now, as an advocate Philly fan, oh, Nick Foles won the Super Bowl? That's the hot hand? Let's get rid of
they don't look at Carson Wentz as no Super Bowl quarterback.
Right.
I've never heard that from nobody.
Like, why do you get rid of your hot hand at Nick Foles at the time in the state? That's when they turned on him, Cliff. Oh, so we kept you. Okay. Let's see what you do. And he didn't do shit. So it wasn't that we just turned on him. It's like, we stuck with you and you ain't do shit.
Right.
I'm not getting rid of my hot hand. You can be my nigga. But
I understand why, because you looking at Nick Foles like, okay, he is a hot hand, but he had less of the season.
Right.
Carson Wentz was the hot hand. What'd you say?
I'm sorry, I just jumped in.
It's like MLB, he came in to be the closer.
Carson Wentz was the hot hand for most of the season, more of the season than Foles was, and Foles had less time remaining in his career. So the logical decision would be, and I you may be right, but the logical decision would still be go with the younger hot hand than the older at that point. Because they did trade him, and where'd they trade him to? Minnesota? Not Minnesota.
I told you he only played for 3 teams. Philly, Washington.
No, you talking about Nick Foles?
I'm talking about Nick Foles.
He played for the gang of teams. He played
Chicago after that.
Was it Chicago? I think you are right. It was Chicago.
Nick Foles is only 4 years older than Carson. He's not much older than Carson.
Nick Foles and Carson Wentz,
especially at that time.
But was it an NFL 4 or was it a college 4?
I mean, where did he go to college at? Doesn't even say.
I still can't believe Nick Foles did that run like that.
University of Arizona.
Yeah, it was surprising.
I swear, no, I ain't never seen a team come in where like a quarterback switch off and take a team on a run like that.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. You got rid of your hot hand.
What?
Isn't that what happened?
Who?
Not in the playoffs like that, where you just come in at the end of the season and you just take a team to the Super Bowl. And Nick Foles already had
nobody expected that to happen by any means.
No.
By any means. I don't care what nobody said.
Who they playing the Super Bowl that year, the Patriots? Who they playing the Super Bowl?
No.
CT.
What? Oh, you talking about the year they played
the
Eagles?
Year they won.
Talking about Philly, CT. He's like, no, yeah.
I thought you were talking about the year Tom Brady first came in.
No, I'm talking about.
Y'all got y'all.
It might have been the icing on the cake why Brady wanted to leave New England, low key looking back.
No, because we won the year after that. We beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. We beat them 10-3, 13-3.
Year after. Oh,
yeah, that was a bad Super Bowl.
Never mind.
Yeah, we had to get another one before he had to bounce out.
I put Carson Wentz damn near up there with Andy. Again, Cliff, that bucket we talk about of certain motherfuckers. I put them in that bucket.
What bucket?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. He's always said that there's a boat with like
a bottom half tier type of quarterbacks. Like they just didn't pan out.
Like Sam Bradford. Like that boat?
Yes, CT. Yes,
Okay,
Sam Darnold, Matt Barkley, Matt Leinart. I mean, you know what I mean?
Bortles.
I agree with that, but I think that people judging harder than like that bucket, because even if we talking about that bucket, he's the oil, they the water, he's sitting on the top. I got a ring. Y'all motherfuckers is just this.
You cannot give him credit for anybody could have got that ring.
Yeah, no, you can't say that. You can't say
any
that.
Any of them in that bucket could have got a ring doing that.
He got them there for Nick Foles to finish the alley-oop, but unless he sets them up to be able to throw it, it doesn't happen.
Any of them could have set him up.
So he deserves that ring. Any of who?
Any of the dudes in the bucket.
All right, Cliff. Let's just say we go with your theoretical.
That's fair.
Right, but let's say this, Cliff. CT. I get what you're saying. Okay, he set him up in a good spot record-wise for the regular season.
Right, for him to be able to finish that. He just said nobody saw that coming, and he was telling the truth.
The Nick Foles thing.
But what I'm saying is, in the playoffs, as you know, it's one shot. Like unlike the NBA, you know, up
one and done.
So Nick Foles had one shot each time in the playoffs.
Right.
And the pressure was probably high.
Exactly, and he did that.
Definitely higher. Yeah, definitely
way higher. And they were probably number 1 seed. So yeah, like.
No, I don't even think we were a number 1 seed
they wasn't
at the time.
13-3.
I think we were like a while. No, we didn't. I don't think we finished. Let me see that year. I don't think we.
Was that the year he got hurt?
It was 2016, 2017 season because I remember my son.
Oh, okay. That wasn't his rookie year then.
Or no, it was 2017, 2017, 2018 season.
It was 17, 18, yeah. It was in Minnesota. Yeah. Minnesota. We played in Minnesota, yeah.
So the Eagles finished that year. That shit's slow as fuck. Yeah, you're right, CT. Okay, so we were 13-3. God damn.
Yeah, I remember
number
that.
one.
Yeah, I don't think we were number one though.
Yeah,
how you not number one with 13-3?
Because I think we had, if I remember correct.
Y'all got the first round bye in.
I'm gonna look up the playoff seeding that year because now you got me just curious. Got me wondering now.
I beat the Saints. I think I beat Drew Brees.
No, Cliff, CT's right. The Patriots were number one, and so were the Eagles that year.
Come on, man. I remember. I hate the loss. It killed me.
Right.
I did not think y'all was number one.
I guess I just forgot, but yeah.
With that record, 13-3, you definitely gonna be number one up there.
Right. Yeah, for the most part. Right.
You know the 8 is trying to play for the wild card and stuff. You know, so
right.
And then they add an extra game now, so it's 17 games. So
that's another thing I did see. I want to see what y'all. They said, who was it? I think it was somebody from the Browns. Let me find the little Browns coach Stefanski. We are all curious how kickoff rule will play out in Thursday's Hall of Fame game.
Oh my God! I just take it away, then.
Take it away.
Take it away, NFL.
You start on the 25.
Right. If it's that deep, if you really just want to eliminate shit, do it like that.
Football getting weak as fuck.
Like the game we grew up knowing is different.
Like I don't even know if I want my
society as a whole, everything as a whole is just getting soft.
Yeah,
because it's all on camera. That's what it is. All on the phone and camera. That's what it is. It's being viewed so much. You can watch it all day long. Like
we just getting soft as a society.
And it's all them CT scans they keep talking about and shit. Them or CTEs. I said CT scans. Or CTEs, whatever you're talking about.
I said, damn, he called me out.
No, not you.
What the fuck did I do?
Nah, I be having to say that shit at work. CT scan, MRI. Like, God damn.
I had a few of them.
But no, not you, CT. But like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, and I get like some of the older players. Like, again, they got the CTE and different. But it's like they knew what the fuck they was getting themselves into.
Yeah, like Mike Tyson said. He said he would have rather have been brain dead champion than nobody at all in boxing.
Right.
And that's what you sign up for, that there's a possibility that this takes place. But I'm good enough to get paid in the meantime.
Isn't that why they pay these athletes so handsomely, they say, because you're taking You know what I mean?
I think they need to do better though, as far as insurance, because they have the money to.
Right.
But I agree, you shouldn't be getting paid millions without a risk or something.
Right, like, because what the fuck are we? Like, you got
It's
police out
doctors
there,
that's keeping us alive that
Right.
ain't getting paid that much.
The ones
So
that are
why do
repairing. They're the ones that are checking your CTE and repairing your ACLs, right? And you're getting paid less than you? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But, Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels on Josh Jacobs holdout.
Till you get
He said
a
something
doctor,
about Jimmy G too.
Till you get a doctor that wish he could have dunked, like, nigga, I'm about to fuck this Achilles tendon repair up, because I could have been the motherfucker in the league, and your bitch ass is the one.
You know there's some shady doctors out there for sure.
Some more Tiny Harding ass.
You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, your
your
shit repair and you can't jump on one side of your body.
Look at Michael Jackson's doctor. Look at Michael Jackson's doctor. Mm-hmm.
He was like, bitch, I wish I could moonwalk.
Right.
Take this motherfucker.
He said, you gonna sleep real good tonight, like a baby.
Right.
Okay, dog, cool.
Trying to skate across the goddamn carpet.
He said, I didn't try this 1,000 times. I can't get it like Mike. How the fuck did he do that smooth criminal man? I'm about to kill this nigga, this smooth motherfucker.
Damn.
And got away with it. But no, I was just saying that Raiders head coach said on Josh Jacobs holdout, we are going to look forward to getting him back and integrated into the group. How concerned are you, Cliff, about that situation?
They gonna pay him.
It already seems like I don't think they will. I mean, I think they pay him something. I think they offer him more. But
Can he be get franchise tagged?
I think that the Raiders are already in a situation where they're kind of comfortable thinking that Zamir White's going to be running the show next year. I've been getting that vibe from everything that I've been.
We're drafting because there's gonna be a lot of running backs you can draft. You know this throughout.
Well, right. That's what the NFL said, that it makes more sense to continue drafting a running back than paying one, and Zamir White is next up.
I could kind of see that.
So why not just allow him to be our running back, and like you said, when he gets to the point of his renegotiation, we'll draft another one.
He has his best career. He has his best year. Y'all.
That's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked. That's a slap. That's a punch. Not even a slap. That's a punch.
Like I said, it was almost twice. His rookie year, he was leading the league in rushing until he got hurt.
I like Josh. Alabama
boys, yeah.
And he has no other help. Like, nobody else is sharing the load. Why not pay him?
Right.
Why not? He may only be good for 2 more years, so give him a 2-year contract.
Damn. I agree.
But some players want to be set and comfortable where they know they're finna get some guaranteed money.
So that may be what Austin need to be talking about, is as running backs, y'all need to get y'all's first, contract, and allow us to get year contracts after that. Just sign us by the year, because you can't say that you don't have faith in us to the point of giving us these big contracts that everybody else is getting, and we're the main ones leading y'all to success.
I gotta ask y'all this though. Do you think that there is a absence of talent at the running back position?
No, not at all.
No.
I think it's one of the most talented positions.
So that's what
Austin Eckler. That's a lot of.
Now you selling 2 for $5s for 3 for $10. Like you trying to figure something out to get yourself in there. I don't know. I see what y'all saying. I just don't.
The only other way to save it is all the running backs say we ain't playing for a season.
That's how they doing the centers in the NBA.
The fullbacks tried it.
And where they at? Them niggas is extinct, damn near.
We already knew.
I ain't seen a fullback in the league.
You gotta go back to leather helmets to get a fullback.
The 49ers have probably got the only fullback, and he's an all-pro dude.
Right.
No CT.
Quarterback.
Steelers.
Huh?
Well, you remember Mike Allstott started.
No, the dude number 44 for the 49ers.
Yeah, but I'm saying you said the only reason I'm saying I think the Steelers have that other third Watt brother is their fullback on Pittsburgh.
That's a Watt though. It's a TJ. It's a Watt. That's
He
a
don't
Watt.
play.
What you mean?
Yeah, he do.
Yeah. What you
He
mean?
play.
Right.
He's a Watt.
What?
Lord Watt.
Pull up his stat. What you talking about?
He plays a lot.
He's a fullback. He gets some touches and shit, you know.
I'm just saying.
Derek Watt. And it even says
he's a Watt brother.
Derek Watt last year, December 5th, 2022, increasingly becoming bigger part of Steelers offense. He don't play.
I think quarterback.
He probably catch the ball a lot. He ain't catching no. He ain't fullbacking.
No, he's their full. Let me pull it up, bro.
That position, man. There are some that are still traditional, but the value of a quarterback that can run and throw.
He's a free agent now.
Yeah, nah, keep it a buck. Even a white boy's got to know how to run the ball now.
See, that's okay. You just bring up.
They're not looking. Everybody has to be dual threat now. They're not. It's not just black quarterbacks. Everybody has to be willing to run.
I don't think there's many white running backs.
Well, that's what I was. So that's okay. That's
well,
what
no, I was
One.
talking about from the quarterback position, but running back.
Aside from Christian McCaffrey, is it ironic that the running backs are getting underpaid and the majority of them are black?
I swear, huh?
Yeah, it's him and Alvin.
Think about it though, for real. Think about it. That, like think about it. Every other position you could say, for the most part, like pretty mixed. Besides wide receiver, I mean, even wide receivers kind of mixed, right? Like you got some.
No,
aside from white and black, you got, you know what I'm saying, different ethnicities.
Right.
So what I'm saying is,
McCaffrey's good though. That's the only caveat.
no, he is.
So is Derrick
He's
Henry.
good. He's good, but he's not deserving of what he gets paid as opposed to others. That's
That-
I
fact.
think they said
position
Derrick
is
Henry had
majority
40
black.
million over 7 years. He's had like 40 million total over 7 years.
and that's
That's crazy.
That's the position they chose to kind of downplay. Again, the running back, and that's the majority black position.
I mean, even if you were to exclude that out of it,
It's messed up regardless. I'm just thinking is it coincidence that happens to be? I don't care what color you are. If you play running back, you should get paid. But
period. I think it's one of the hardest positions on the field. And I don't mean that from like a mental standpoint. I mean that from a
Physical.
you have to make something happen.
They
know what I'm
coming
saying?
at you like the
I'm
quarterback.
handing you
Right.
the ball and you have to make something happen for us.
and even if you're not getting the ball handed, we talked about this Clifton Q on the headset the other day on the game. Nigga, you still doing play
You
action?
gotta block. You gotta
Gotta
block
block.
for screens. You
Right.
gotta
Yeah.
You got to take that hit sometime, even when you didn't get the ball.
Halfback, right? Halfback screen, right? All that, yeah. See, all that shit. See, like I said, play action. You know,
Oh,
what I'm saying?
especially a screen that get blown up. Oh
Right.
my god!
Right. But I just thought, like I said, I mean, I'm sure it's not based on race. I just thought it was kind of ironic that, again,
No, it's not based on race, but I think that's why Christian McCaffrey is Eminem, because it's like you don't see white running backs in this game, and if you do, then it's like who I named before: Mike Allstott, Peyton Hillis. It's motherfuckers that's gonna run you over. Not so finesse.
like
Now, not to take anything away from Christian McCaffrey, but his father, Ed, was a wide receiver.
For the Broncos, yep.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the reason why Christian McCaffrey gets the love he gets, because more so than he is capable at running naturally, and he's
He's a dual threat
even
now.
better at coming out of the backfield and catching a pass and making something happen, or a screen, you know, and that's where his value comes into play.
And that's where the value of the NFL is probably going to go, to that type of running back.
But I understand, with that being said, I understand why you would pay him more than you would pay an average running back, with that being said. But then when you turn around and look at a Deebo Samuels, who is like, I'm doing this shit too, y'all ain't paying me.
It took him a long. It took him. He fought for that
Right.
contract.
But Debo's also not been in the. So we talk about career, right? Debo's still new to this shit. Christian
He's all pro every year, though.
I'm not taking that away from him, but I'm just saying that, you know, look at Christian body of work. You got to pay him even from back.
But
in
I also think that
Debo won some Super Bowls.
I also think that Debo came out at a higher level, and nobody's willing to admit that, because Debo came out in reverse. Christian McCaffrey came out as a running back that could be used more out of the backfield. Debo came out as a wide receiver that we could use at running back. And if I'm a wide receiver naturally, then of course I deserve a bigger contract. And then you're going to use me at the running back position as well. That's when I should be getting a hell of a boost.
The most slot receiver?
They was trying to pay him as a running back. They was trying to get a discount.
Right. And he like, nigga, you only put me there half the time. What about when I'm getting my wide receiver yards?
And then you see like Tyreek Hill get the big check. You like, oh my God, what?
Right. And I'm doing more.
I wouldn't say more, but it's up there.
No, it's more, because the wide receiver gets the break when the ball's being run. You know, you may run a stunt route, or you may be blocking.
So,
but in those instances where I would be running the stunt route or blocking, you've moved me to the running back position. So now I gotta run the ball on top of run my routes and do everything as well.
I mean, that's
a higher contract.
At the same time, Cliff, when I go over his receiving stats this past year, I see why they had him run the ball as well, because you didn't get it done offensively on the receiving side.
Well, he had three different quarterbacks, like
and he had injuries throughout the
Come on, man.
season.
3 different quarterbacks.
He's not the first and the last, though. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, your hands
and
are...
you're still trying to get it done. Like, that's why they put him at running back, so we got to put the ball in this guy's hand.
Debo last year had 56 receptions.
Whoa there, that wasn't kombucha.
What? Oh. He had 56 receptions for 94 targets. He has 632 yards receiving, average 11.3 per play with only 2 receiving touchdowns. I mean, that's not...
When you go from Jimmy G to Trey Lance to the, what was his name? Brock.
But I mean, there's a lot of wide receivers that go through that.
That's why they brought in McCaffrey. Like, they was obviously struggling. The quarterback spot is you got to have a good quarterback.
But they obviously had a decent quarterback. Brock Purdy took him to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I think there might have been element of surprise.
Like just like the Nick Foles thing. I'm not disagreeing. Yeah. I agree. But my whole point is what you think? Clearly, Brock. What I'm saying is Brock wasn't that bad. Clearly, when he got his shot, because he took y'all to the NFC.
Nah, it's similar. It's the same reason why I said I'm not sold on Brock yet.
I'm not sold on him.
Rookie.
I'm not sold on him. I'm just saying, but for what he did in that period of time, everybody, what they called him, Mr. Irrelevant.
Well, he was Mr. Irrelevant. Mr. Irrelevant is the last person to get drafted every year.
Right.
He was out there trying to throw with his left hand at Debo. Like, you expect Debo. Them must count as targets, too. Like,
no, I understand.
On the dice at that point. Like, who cares?
Come on, man. Like, he getting them type of stats thrown at him.
So
we got to put him at the quarterback or running back spot to make something happen.
I'm just saying, in 13 games last year, he had 2 receiving touchdowns total.
They don't even know what Trey Lance gonna be yet in the league. Like, you ain't got enough.
Right.
So it's
That's why it was wild. Y'all gave up.
Come on, like, and then Brandon, what's his name?
Purdy?
Brandon Ayuk. He was nice last year. You still got George Kittle out there. I mean, what was his rushing yards?
Yeah, I could go over that. He had, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so he had
Not
42.
running a lot.
He had 42 carries in 13 games. Okay, so he rushed for a total of 232 yards for the season. 5.5 average per carry, longest of 51 yards, and he had 3 rushing touchdowns for the season.
Damn.
Who are you talking about though?
Deebo Samuel in 13 games last year.
49.
Those are rushing yards. Are those receiving yards as well, or just rushing?
Okay, I'll read you his receiving yards, Aaron. So he had 56 receptions, 94 targets, 632 yards total, 11.3 average per catch, 2 touchdowns, the longest being 57 yards through a 13-game season.
I want to say that's underwhelming.
He ain't have 1,000-yard season all around.
And he didn't play 17 games.
He played 13. He played more than 3/4 of the season.
But if he would have played 17, he probably would have had 1,000 yards.
But the stats the year prior are crazy.
Because he probably had one quarterback.
On 17?
He had 117?
No, I can look it up. Let me see. I'll look it up.
Yeah, 117 what?
Well, did he play 17 games last season?
Oh, that's what Aaron's. Yeah, I see.
Oh, okay.
No,
he probably did.
He even played 17 last
He's
season.
another one that gets hurt. Let's be honest.
But they're using him like a motherfucker.
You getting used, yeah, like fuck.
And at 2 positions.
This ain't. They still playing tackle now.
True.
So he's more like first thing on screen.
I rest my case. That's
now,
true.
if you only using him at one position, that's one thing. But since y'all using him at 2, I feel like we said about Cooper Kupp, you kind of got a right to be banged up.
And you the main focal point, like dog.
He snapped in 2021. Said he had in 16 games, so he played 3 more games. He played 16 in 2021.
And then back then it was probably the whole season.
He had 77 receptions that year, 121 targets, 1,405 yards receiving, 18.2 average a catch, 6 touchdowns total, 83 for the longest, 4 fumbles, 2 of them he lost.
That's a surprise attack.
And that's just his receiving yards.
Probably went to the Super Bowl that year.
2021? No, that was no. Did he? No.
49ers.
Super Bowl.
Nick Bosa.
Was that
the Super Bowl?
It was no. It was the Chiefs and the Buccaneers that time.
Okay, the year before.
That was when the podcast started.
Bucks beat them 31. Yeah, Cliff. Wow, that's crazy.
So he ain't never been to the Super. He ain't been to the Super Bowl.
Who? Debo?
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's the Niners were in the Super Bowl.
The Niners went. No, they went before that. Wait.
I thought it was with Kaepernick.
Man, it was recent, like last year or the year before.
No, that was a while. That was when they played Flacco and the Ravens. That was when Ray was still in the league.
So
Debo, it says, had 5 catches for 39 yards in 1 game in the Super Bowl. That was in 2020 against the Chiefs, 49ers and the Chiefs.
Okay.
5 receptions, targeted 9 times, 39 yards that game.
Chiefs won that one, obviously.
Yeah,
right.
That was Mahomes' first one. Yeah. I just knew he played in 1 or 2.
He did snap that year before. I agree with y'all, but yeah, that year, like Aaron said, this year was very underwhelming. It's kind of hard to be like, I need to see some consistency.
Can he stay with a consistent quarterback? That's what it is.
But that's the name of the game for any like you feel me? Like
it ain't for Mahomes and them.
It could be, but I'm saying it. Knock on wood. Remember, I'll go back to this. Remember that one year Brady got hurt on that freak accident against the Chiefs? It was like game 1 or game 2. You remember CT?
Game one.
You feel me? And Brady never. They were like, he never gets hurt. He'll never. Shit happens. It could happen. You know what I mean?
Comeback player of the year. Came back. Took him to the.
Hey, Cliff and Aaron will tell you that's what the Michigan boys do. That's a different topic, though. We ain't talking about that right now. But Brady, a dog gonna be a dog. He went to Michigan. I mean, no big deal. The one that's been kicking ass lately. You out
here taking innocent victims, nigga. What are you trying to bring
You're
back?
right. I didn't know if you was a buck. I know you from. I didn't know if you was a. I know Cliff is.
I'm
But
from
Man,
the store.
everybody from here.
You can't expect your quarterback to
Fucking
get hurt and
with
you
the
be on the
game.
same page with.
Yeah.
Expect to have the same stats. I'm telling you, it'd be different. Some dudes don't throw the ball the same as that one dude. You'd be like, dang, this
And
is
I get
different.
it, but that's what I'm saying. Like you just next man up. That's Coach always said that, right? Next man
It
up.
sounds so good. It sounds
It
so
do.
good.
It do.
And he might be trash. You can't say it, but you like, dang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we would have won if we had homeboy with us. You know what I'm saying? We for sure had a better chance, but now we just got to go out and say we got to go out and rock with what we got. And sometimes it worked, like Purdy worked for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It works sometimes, but then it don't.
I mean, his stats was still. I mean, I'm looking at him now. I mean, Purdy, he for the couple games he got to, or whatever games he got to play. I mean, they was.
No, he did his thing, but so did Carson Wentz. So.
Right, but
No, he did not.
Carson Wentz didn't. Brock Purdy didn't get hurt. Well, he got hurt before the Philly
It
game.
was reverse, man.
Right, it was reverse situation. Yes, it's not the same. As
Y'all
you
probably think
Yeah,
probably
it was
thinking
reverse,
you.
wasn't
Y'all
it?
probably happy he got hurt. Like, yes, man. We
right,
needed that.
right. Because I think if he never would have got hurt, I don't think we would have won a Super Bowl. I don't think that was going to happen. Fuck no. Like Cliff, like you said, Cliff, he was diving and shit. Motherfucker was
Taking, yeah, I know. Yep. He was diving and shit. I
It just
remember
would
that.
have been a matter of time. If it wasn't then, it was gonna be later. You know what I mean? So.
Well, only other thing before we wrap up is this Jake Paul Nate Diaz fight.
I ain't hear nothing about it yet. Okay.
And I
What's
did
this
see
weekend?
If Nate Diaz loses his fight,
that. They just want the money now. I think he
I'm
finna beat the crap out of Paul.
the
You think?
implication of him losing this fight is too. I think out of all the fights that Jake Paul has been in.
What
Nate
is it? It's
Diaz,
UFC?
I don't think. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I thought it was
Right.
UFC. Like,
Yeah.
What happened?
I said, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Nate Diaz seems like the person who shouldn't be losing to Jake Paul.
Right. You would think, but
If he loses to Jake Paul in the
these celebrities been coming out with some clips.
then I'm gonna have to start questioning what the under the table is. Like, is there
Right.
something?
He don't have the boxing background that his brother does, though.
Yeah, but if you
oh shit, yeah, I don't know if he's gonna win. I'm looking.
UFC is different. You can
Right.
kick.
I'm about to say
Right, that's
UFC.
what I'm
That's what I
saying,
thought
like-
it was.
His brother Nick was a boxer before. Like, he not just a boxer, but he had an amateur boxing career. Nate didn't. Now, both of them were called in to spar with Andre Ward when he fought Sergey Kovalev the second time. So that says that they have some, you know what I'm saying? And
Boxing pedigree.
right, and both of them have a boxing style even in the UFC. Like they didn't load up on punches. They were just real sharp. I'll stick it where I can get it. You know what I'm saying? So he does have that advantage.
Do know how to take a hit too.
Yeah, he does. He does. So that's what I'm
And he
saying.
ain't got no soft chin.
If Jake can't get rid of him in the first 4 rounds, it goes to Nate. It goes to Nate. Nate's gonna take him on the back end. That's how he does his UFC fights. He drags you into deep waters.
Yep. Bloody face and all.
Right.
Fight pedigree is Nate.
Right.
Fight pedigree. But that's what I'm trying to say.
But we've seen that before.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. If he loses to this man, that fight pedigree just go.
Yeah, no, and it's funny that you say that because Nate Diaz is actually trying to transition from UFC to boxing, actually. And they're saying that his boxing career hangs on this fight. If he loses this fight, then they're not looking at him to
take them serious. Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense. That's not. That's a fair assessment, actually. If you can't beat this nigga, what are you trying to do?
Right. And Tommy Fury just beat him.
Yeah, what's your end game?
And you trying to be a real boxer, and I'm not saying that Tommy Fury ain't a real boxer, but I'm saying that Tommy Fury ain't a real boxer. Like, you got fights under your belt, but
like what, 14-0?
Just another guy.
Nah, I think only 6 or 7.
Yeah, so he's still.
But if you put me against 6 or 7 cab drivers that decided to go pro, I'm going 6 or 7-0.
Somebody getting touched up.
You hear what I'm saying?
Somebody.
Even at 36, if you give me 6 cab drivers, 6-0. Cliff went 6-0.
That nigga better round it to the close.
It might be 4-2. Some niggas got hands. They got
Could be 4-2. How old are these cab drivers? And who do they drive for?
CT, a motherfucker trying to hold on to 36 like a motherfucker's birthday ain't coming up, about to be 37 and shit.
You goddamn right. I'm in the motherfucker. Is it yellow cab? Is it a yellow cab driver? Or is it, what kind of cab driver is it that I'm fighting? How old is he?
Somalian cab. Right. You know them niggas are Somalian in the vans. Like vans with the red letters on them.
How old is he?
Couple of my neighbors.
You done seen some shit. This nigga 20.
About 44.
Listen, it might be
seasoned.
I ain't gonna stand. It's been a minute since I fired them off.
Gotta hit the reset button.
Sometimes.
Y'all want to hit the shower, man. Y'all niggas about
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's an odd one, but it's going to Jalen Rose because I watched Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Jalen Rose was just the most intellectually absent person on there.
Well, you know why, right?
I know, but it was embarrassing. I'm like, damn.
Why, Bob?
He just got fired. That motherfucker just.
But still, like you trying to look. They gave $30,000 to the school anyway, so I know why he did. No matter what the score was, he was gonna get 30 G's for the school. But nigga, that was a horrible performance, nigga. He was out there.
He got the voice.
Questions
he said, this wasn't sports.
No, this is a regular Jeopardy, but you should have just said no.
Him and Molly Kiram got divorced last year. He just got fired from ESPN. I mean, my nigga's down on his luck.
She ain't talking
Molly is.
He on a podcast life like us.
Stephen A. Smith's hairline been creeping up on Molly's shoulder.
They been at Stephen A. Smith's head. He be mad on his podcast.
I know he be shitty.
He was mad at the dude that be on Paul George's podcast with talking about him. He's a movie star, actor.
Actor nigga. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He was. I guess he was like questioning Stephen A. about his. He's like, did he play any sports? And Stephen A. was calling him a B-list actor and all this and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You calling niggas B-list, telling motherfuckers to retire. Stephen A. Smith gonna catch hands. I know Allen Iverson let the nigga pass, but he gonna catch hands one of these days.
He be out there too in the public like he gonna be seeing these folks.
He a New York cat. He
got police security. He got retired NYPD.
He got good security, don't he?
Cause he gonna catch.
He get like $10 million a year from ESPN. He's set.
That nigga be spicy. But all right, cuz we out. We about to be out anyway. I
got Sony Michel, man. He made it bad for the running backs to get the bread. It's gonna be ugly for these running backs getting paid for the future.
It sure is, though.
But they ready to pay a wide receiver a couple million.
Right, they don't.
Bread.
They don't give a fuck. I think I'm gonna give mine to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Stop being so fucking sensitive. Who cares if Sean Payton said that Nathaniel? What did he say? I'm about to find the quote.
Nathaniel sucked around there. He had everything bad.
Yeah, he said Nathaniel Hackett. He said he's gonna do the opposite of what Nathaniel Hackett did. And Aaron Rodgers said that comment was way out of line because Nathaniel Hackett's his offensive coordinator. So that's the only reason why I'm sure he's,
He's the offensive coordinator there now?
Yeah. Right. And then look. Nathaniel Hackett going to say Sean Payton violated the coach's code with comments.
Hey, they not going to fuck with each other there. They that's the no handshake after the game.
Right. What?
They play each other too, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's going to be...
Yeah, that's going to be a dogfight.
Them niggas are sensitive. Get out your feelings.
No, they can't play for them players. Fuck them. My hit the showers is going to Derek James.
Oh, the trainer?
Aerospace trainer. You had no adjustments. You didn't plan for any adjustments. It was very clear. You just set my nigga out there. And you ain't even, I understand that he got fight left in him, but you ain't even, I'd have threw it in. I ain't gonna lie. I'd have threw the towel in.
No, you can't do that.
I'd have threw the towel in. I'd have threw the towel in. The nigga wasn't right from the first round.
I mean, you gotta let him be a man and learn sometimes, though. That
shit went 8 more rounds. He wasn't right from the first round. Nah, I'd have threw it in probably. I'd have threw it in probably the round before the final, the 9th round. I'd have probably
seen him get noodle leg. That 9th round, he got noodle leg. It was gonna be over with.
It was over with before that.
Can you imagine being in that position, being getting whooped, noodle leg, everybody watching, you can't just throw in the towel.
Nah, I never been in that specific position, but
I swear.
I've lost in front of a lot of people before. And that's the biggest issue is the
and you gotta just know people betting on you.
Yeah, I know.
That's why you heard a lot of pockets after that. In Vegas for sure. Motherfuckers don't even want to be friends. Hey, you lost a lot of friends after that fight. Hey, you lost a lot. Don't call me for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be motherfuckers like you. Absolutely correct.
Yeah. CT climbing the corner, but hey, so and so got fucked up. Yeah, got his ass beat.
Nah, we seen that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, it is what it is. Bounce back, young king. You got it in you. Fuck all that retirement shit.
You about to say don't retire for those
who ain't no reason to.
Talk to LeBron. Sometimes things get a little hectic, but you come right back.
You can't go out on no L like that.
All right.
You got one good one. Listen. If you come out the way you supposed to come out the next fight, you already on one.
You fuck around, come out and smoke somebody in the first round.
Listen, that's how I be.
Oh God, I'm not holding back.
I'm not playing with nobody.
From here on out, he got to get an L too. I got to put an L on his record. I can't sleep at night until I put an L on his record.
Matter of fact, I gotta run twice as much as I did before, cause I'm throwing every punt. My jab is gonna be a knockout jab.
Hit a nigga with a haymaker.
I'm not trying to touch nobody.
I'm watching film every night on that. I can't sleep. I gotta watch that. I'm knowing every punch he got, every move he got. You know what I'm saying? That's how he gotta be, man.
But he
can't retire yet. Because the narrative can change. The narrative gonna change after he win the next one. He gonna be the man for that night. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be back in his spot.
I'm hoping Errol give my young bull a shot. I said Errol Terrence.
And since football season about to start, hit the showers to CT's punk ass Central Bears, because he already know what time it is in night country, baby.
We got new coaches out there, baby. Hope we get something rocking on the north side, man.
Y'all niggas.
Former player out there coaching now, so hopefully he get it rocking.
We out this bitch. We be back on catch us
full NFL. Full NFL, baby, coming. Cause
we got to get the fantasy draft going.
Yeah, we definitely do.
I'll get the chat. But yeah, we out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to troll. We out this bitch.
Fuck the Pats and the Raiders. They both suck.
Yeah, fuck you, nigga.
If you ain't getting on the game, CT's over there. 7 o'clock your time. Damn.
7:02. I'm about to watch the girls NBA at 7:30.